And everyone can say hello.
Hi.
Howdy, everyone. Welcome to the Curse of Strahd campaign. I am the guide to these lovely players, Whiskey. I am joined today by all the party. We've got a whole party today. No one died last time. The core didn't die from my own hands. It was close, kinda, but we did okay. But we are joined by Turquoise Magpie, Gossamer Art, Hydro, and do you want to be fish out of water? Rosewater fish? What do you want to be? Rosewater fish?
Rosewater fish.
Rosewater fish. Playing this lovely campaign. And for those who are at home, let's do a quick recap of what we did last session. Also, thank you everyone for being patient because we started late today, and that's fine because things happen. But yeah, let's have a quick recap before we get started with the next morning of what happened. But before I actually say that, because I remember this time, please, if anyone would like to support this stream, please use the command Pally. Right now, we're focusing on raising money for Turquoise Magpie for their wonderful creations underneath right here. All the artwork, character portraits are done by Turquoise Magpie. Please make sure you commission them and all that kind of stuff because it's really fucking good. And this wonderful overlay is by Carmen Sevilles. Please use the command Pally so that you can tip them directly. It won't go to me at all. It's just going to go directly to them. And anything else? For those who are new here, Curse of Strahd is a horror-based game. So there might be some triggering things that might pop on. My players already know of pretty much everything that could happen potentially. So we've already got their consent, but if anything gets a bit too much for you today, please make sure you're looking after yourself. Make sure you mute the stream, walk away from it. Don't unfollow, but if you want to, that's fine too. And apart from that, I think we are good. So let's do a quick recap of what happened last session. So last session, we started off the session with a fight against some wolves and two dire wolves. Dire wolves are much larger beasts when it comes to this kind of thing. This entire encounter could have been avoided if Rain didn't rip up the letter in front of...
I'd do it again.
Yeah, I know you would. Radiant. There's going to be so many letters just crumbled and then put together again. Dro's frozen again, just to say. That's okay, bud. Yeah, so we had a fight with the dire wolves and some wolves. There were some big moments, actually. Some really decent damage done on both ends. You lot did wonderfully. And at the end of that fight... after Rahadin had dissipated into the mists and you all survived, basically, Donovich thanked you all for your help and gave you a little bit of background into Irina's upbringing, if you would. It was recently found out that, well, not recently, but it is known that Irina is not the biological daughter to the previous burgomaster of Barovia. In fact, she was found in the Svalek woods, kind of near the cliff that is supporting Castle Ravenloft. She has no memory of anything before that time. But the burgomaster, Kolian, he loved her just like she was his own daughter. After that, they the party sort of explored Barovia for the last time. Went to the mercantile in the town where Rain. We do need to still talk about this, Rain, because we didn't sort out the gold because I forgot. I've been busy. But we found that a couple of things. One, the owner of the establishment has kind of been there for a while. Seen a few things here and there.
Kind of a dick.
Oh, 100%. And he's fine with it because he's like, well, no, you can't go anywhere else, so fuck you. And then his nephew, I believe, Periwinkle, came out, and he was a lovely giant person and was just escorting you out whenever you wanted to. After that, I believe you lot... Did you take the pastries before? I think you did. we're gonna
Yeah,
say
we did eat the pastries.
you did, yes. I'm going to come on to that in a second, actually. But after Rain did a little bit of shopping, got a little bit of gold, you lot had a couple more encounters. One was dream pastries. A couple of you took the dream pastries off of Granny, this old lady with a little hunched back, peddling her wares to the people of Barovia. And you see that the people who are like in the doorways of these houses are kind of skittish. But she was charming. You know, Rain, I believe you rolled an insight check. I can't remember if it was that. But it turned into a very trusting relationship that you developed. Who ate the dream pastries? So, Bakor, this is something I need to know from you.
Mm-hmm.
These pastries were like really like smelled amazing. They were beautifully made and fresh. Would Bakor have eaten one immediately? Because two people did. No, that's fine.
But Cod doesn't like sweets.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Good. So they had their pastries, and the day went on without a hitch. The last thing what happened at midnight was Arlena asked the group to follow her as she wanted to see I think called the March of the Dead one last time before she heads to Valaki with you four. As you were gathered around the cemetery, there was these ghostly figures that apparated from the mists or dew around the gravestones, and you noticed that there was a plethora of different species walking in the same direction. Some of you might try to interact with some of them, but they were very much focused. Lint was articulating it in their own way to try and make sense of what is happening around them. And then this unsettling truth of that isn't it. This world is a little bit different to what you might be used to. Irina mentions about some previous adventurers. People have been going on this march, but it's an eternal march. They are continuously coming back to it. And I believe the words were to a new dawn, I think it was. I think they were the words as you cheers for the wine. You went back to the mansion, and we're going to find ourselves in the morning. So, Rain ate a pastry, yes? Davy ate a pastry. So cool. Okay. Now, you are all in the same room, right? You share this accommodation right now. So, a couple of things. Rain and Davy, you wake up a little bit earlier than the others. And your memory is there from the dream that you had, both of you. The dream itself was incredible. It was the most colorful, bright, vibrant, exciting dream you've ever had. Whatever your character, because I don't want to describe this dream for you because this is your own personal dreams, and I want you to think about it a little bit. But I want you to picture the most comforting, exciting, the best dream you've had in the longest time. So however you feel like that is, please think about that personally. However, in the morning, you both wake up and you look around, and the bed that you're on is covered in your own sweat. You feel a slight coldness on your skin. And you don't know if it's because you've been sweating and that's started getting colder, but your body feels ice cold, and you have that intentional that kind of you can't handle it freeze going on. you both wake up. You do see each other awake, but you both feel on edge. And there's this thing in the back of your head that goes, I need more. I need more. I need more. I need more. Dream pastries. You're currently addicted to dream pastries. And you are currently experiencing a little bit of withdrawal from dream pastries. So you have this huge high during your sleep, and now you are at the bottom of the barrel. So what do you both do first? The other two are asleep still.
Davey, all of the dream pastries are in Rain's bag, right?
Yeah.
Davey's gonna lunge for Rain's bag and just take another one.
Rain is going to reach down as fast as possible and snatch the bag and hold it up.
Okay, I want you to make either, both of you, either athletics or acrobatics checks. Your choice on this one. It will be in this moment. There might be one more thing after this where it should wake Bakor and Lint up as well. But let's give these two their moment first.
I got a 10.
15, 10. So Davey, like a blur, dives in, and it's this moment, I guess, where they sort of reach out for the bag, and it isn't their own hand that grabs the bag. There's this kind of dust that flows up and lifts it out of your hand and goes into hers.
Davey, drop the bag. No, Davey!
She's already started eating one.
Drop it! Rain is gonna pick
He's
Davey
gonna run
up
and jump on a
just
bed.
as a whole and just like, can I yell for Bakar? I'll be like, Bakar, get the bag!
Yeah. So Bakar, you wake up to, not Bakar, you hear, get the bag. That's what you hear.
Just like in my day's sleep, I just like rush over to the command and try to grab the bag. It's like, what? Trying to
Grab
grab
the
it.
bag. Get it away from Davey. Don't let Davey eat any more of
Davey's
those.
definitely had one pastry
Davey, put
at
it
this
down,
point.
Davey.
David's definitely. I'm gonna say you've had one. As this happens, Lint, you might wake up. Your call, Soph, as a player. If you think Lint is too tired, then that's fine.
He's a very light sleeper,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, he
Cool.
probably would have been thrown off the bed as soon as Davey like jumped on it.
Mm-hmm.
So
All
we've
right.
got Rain wrestling like Davey and holding Davey back from the bag.
Yep.
Bakar is confused holding the bag.
Yep, 100%.
I'm
Yep.
just like holding it over my head.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Lint, what's Lint doing as he wakes up and like maybe falls out of
Lint's
bed?
just gonna climb, like shake his head, it's like, what is going on? What's happened?
Something was wrong with those pastries. Something is like, Rain is still like shivering a little bit and obviously very, very sweaty. It's like there was something fucked up about those pastries, man.
They're even better when they're cold.
Oh god, where was the rest of them?
In that stupid bag.
Okay, Davey, let's be sensible about this. If you eat all of them now, you won't have any for later. So maybe we should put them down and discuss this.
Okay. I guess I should share.
Mhm.
Do you want some?
Is there a fireplace by chance in this room?
It's a very like, actually a mansion. It's a mansion. Yeah, there is a fireplace in there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Can Rain grab the bag of pastries and chuck it into the fire?
I want you to make a wisdom.
Davey tried to
I
stop
want you to
her.
make a wisdom
Oh,
saving
come on.
throw first, Rain, because you are addicted to these. So my mind is, would the addiction take over this logic of yours? You get what I mean? Now, people at home, addiction is not a joke. Make sure you're taking it seriously. However, we're playing a game, so just relax. It's
I got
okay.
a 6.
Oh, you do it, and then you grip tight, and then you want to like, it doesn't leave your hand.
Rain's like, Bakar, throw it in the fire for me.
I go to try
No,
to grab
why?
it out of Rain's hand.
I'm gonna try to grab it from him.
Okay, I'll do a strength throw. I'll do one.
Yeah, so it's again athletics versus acrobatics, or
Athletics? Okay.
Yeah, athletics or athletics and acrobatics, whatever you want to do. It's totally fine with me.
Boom,
Oh my
baby,
God,
20, let's
17.
go.
You got a natural 20?
Oh!
Oh!
Let's go.
So-
Give me that garbage and chuck it into the fire.
Yeah, immediately. and you see the fire itself sort of light up, and it turns like green and purple and sparks and flavors and little like sprinkles just go, and it just collapses. The fire drops, dissipates, And Rain and Davy, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, what a morning.
Oh, I almost got a nat 20. I got a 4.
Oh!
14,
Plus
6
one, so
plus
it's
7.
14 was yours, Davy. Okay,
I
Davy.
thought you rolled like an 18.
Yeah, I thought that. Davy, you've already had one, so you're actually kind of a little bit satisfied. There's a little bit of greed popping up. So you do logically go, okay, yeah, cool. But Rain, you're still there with your hand clutching nothing now, as you see it. And the sweat just starts to, like, is it perspirate? You just start to really drip and drench. And I don't know, like, what the sweat is like regarding its color for you, but it starts to like almost look like your skin is melting from the amount of sweat what you're dripping right now. Because immediately you'll see this and go, okay, maybe we need help. So they're a little bit addicted right now. They can get through it, but it's going to take a bit of time.
What do you do that for?
There was something wrong with those pastries.
There was something right about those pastries.
So, you four. The morning continues. Now, Rain, while everyone's getting prepared for the day ahead, what is Rain doing?
Well, now with this distracting withdrawal happening, I imagine, like, with how weird their life has been, this wouldn't be the first time they've experienced withdrawal.
Fair?
So probably they're trying to find different ways to distract themselves. So tying different kinds of knots that they would have to do on the ship and things like that. So they're dressed and they're kind of ready, but they're sweating and tired and just sort of keeping their head down and keeping themselves occupied.
And it's interesting, Rain, because the lady who you bought these pastries off, you just hear her voice just playing in your head a little tiny bit. Just dream pastries, dream pastries.
Rain's just like muttering under her breath, like, I will knock you on your ass.
So, you gather your things, you collect yourselves as much as you possibly can. As you, please.
In this preparation phase, is there like a bathroom that's like separate from the room?
I'm sure there is. It's a mansion, so yes.
Okay. So Lint's gonna find a secluded bathroom, like watching that Rain is going through withdrawal, and Davy is just like adamantly observant of where everything is. Lint did get a pastry, but he didn't eat it. He pocketed it. So he's going to find a secluded location, take out the dream pastry, and he's going to cast Identify, because the last time he casted Detective Magic, he didn't cast Identify.
Oh.
He wants to know what's going on with this pastry.
Yeah. So I think you did detect magic, right? But I think then we reworded it to Identify, because I remember describing a little bit of the properties of it all. So just to re-establish what it kind of does. It is mainly a enchantment-based spell. There's kind of a mixture of things, but it's almost like a food version of Charm Person, or maybe Charm Monster. It might be a little bit higher, you know, because...
Well, he's aware of the magic. He just wants to cast Identify because he wants to know what it's like actually made of, like what sort of like herbal components are in it or anything like that.
Dear God.
Just because he's curious, because if it is something, he'd like to collect it.
Give us the recipe.
Shit. What did she say? She said pecans, because it had pecans. So basically, it is a pastry, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you want to say. Butter, chocolate, flour. Not milk. Yeah. It's not fucking milk. But it's more about... Ooh... Roll me. This is very important. This is very important.
Oh, I'm scared now.
Now.
I don't really know if he's being...
Roll me.
Insight?
Nature.
Try read.
Roll me nature.
Nature?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's actually not too bad.
I think Naomi knows what it is, right?
Oh no.
22.
Oh, I'm so glad you rolled high. There's a secret spice to this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Close.
Oh god.
Human bone. Powdered. Along with the magic that is enchanting this pastry, there's some kind of essence of human bone.
Okay.
It's not as bad as I thought.
Oh, don't you worry about it. So yeah.
He just kind of nods to himself like, and then he chucks it in the toilet behind it and flushes it. It's just... And then he leaves and then returns to the
All right, cool.
Wait, can Rain jump scare Lint?
Sure. Roll me a stealth check. Has to be Lint's passive perception.
Oh, I think
Because you're not like, I wonder if people are... I need to listen out. So passive perception.
It's a 23. I imagine when Lint opens the door, Rain's gonna be like right on the other side, staring really hard, having like smelled the pastry from afar.
And you did hear the flush.
Exactly. She's gonna be standing right there, be like, "What you doing?"
He's not sneak up on a gentleman and he's on the toilet. What
you
are you
doing?
doing? Why were you staring? Why were you standing here?
What did you have?
I had a shit. What do you think?
That's not what I
Curse of
smelled.
Strahd.
What do you think you heard?
Did you? I saw you have a pastry. Do you still have it? Is that what you just flushed down the toilet? No!
You're a very good detective.
Rain just like goes to the bed and flops face down on the bed.
Yep.
Just doesn't move.
I go over to Rain and I kind of just pat them on the shoulder and just say, "It could be a lot worse.
You're right.
It's probably best it was gone."
Mm-hmm. So, as Rain gathers themselves together, you all find yourselves in the dining hall area of the mansion where Irina waits upon your arrival. And she is... You see that she is dressed in, like, adventuring gear. Her outfit is very pristine, and that blade has been sharpened to a very sharp point, if you would. And she just looks ready to go, but also anxious a little bit. You know, in the end, you are still strangers. You're proving yourselves to her, but there's always that chance. She looks you for and goes, "Okay, I am ready to go whenever you are. It is a long journey to Valaki. Is there anything you'd like to do before we head?" Okay. Again, the Svalik woods are very dangerous during all times of day, so just have your wits about you. Please make sure our horses don't die, because they are nice and they deserve the best. And yeah, let's go. And as unless there's anything you want to say before we leave the mansion.
Can we get more dream pastries before we go?
No.
Dream
Not doing
pastries.
that.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever had them? It's so good.
No, but I do not. I would not stop someone from partaking in treats. No. Huh. Well, maybe it'll get some on the way. Let's move.
We should not.
And she looks and goes, "Huh." And she like opens the double doors to the mansion for you all to leave. As you're heading out of Barovia, make a perception check real quick. So I feel like personally a couple of things. Rain, in the back of their mind, would be looking for more dream pastries, right? So I think there's going to be some kind of perception check going off here. Same for Davy. Davy saved that from that wisdom save earlier, but they are still addicted. So there's going to be some inkling of you're going to be looking out for it.
I got a 22.
20.
So
19.
when it matters most. So, as you're about to head out of this village, you two... Actually, Bacall, you'd hear it too. Yeah, you'd hear it. Lynn, did you roll?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. That's what exactly what I'm like. Nah, don't worry about it. So, I'm going to say this. Bacall, you were walking behind the group. And the reason why you spotted this audio is because you see Rain and Davy freeze for a moment. And it's almost like, you know, in the cartoons where they get lifted by the smell kind of thing. You just see them lift up. I mean, they both simultaneously, like, look in one direction. And your perceptions are based on this. You see the same old lady at a door. Similar to before, but a little bit different. You notice a bit of a struggle. You can't quite make out what's happening. And then, that bag that she pulled those dream pastries out of, you see her, and you see her hand sort of extend as it wraps around something. And there's this very quick as it gets stuffed into this bag. You hear the door close, but just before that, you hear the cries of people behind it. Go, oh my god! And it closes, and you see her go around the corner of the house. What'd you do?
Should we follow her?
I mean,
I didn't see.
Rain,
No, you didn't see. No, Lynn didn't see.
Oh, Lynn didn't see.
Rain might like sprint for the old lady of a mixture of the addiction and being ticked off that they persuaded Rain to trust them.
Davy's right behind them.
So yeah, you two bolt. Bacall, you follow, and Lynn, you finally notice. Oh wait, my party's leaving me. and you, Rain, you're the first one to get around this corner where you see her duck behind, and she is gone. And you notice there is a tiny sprinkle of like dust, and it's sparkly. Just fall on the floor.
Can I brush some of it up into like a little bag?
To snort it later? Yeah, sure.
Just for like, I'm sure it has a like if we need to track this person.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah. So you get like a little bit of a leather pouch, right? And yeah, you just put it away. But go, please.
Where did the nice grandmother go? She was right here.
That bitch vanished.
Oh,
And if we see her again, I'm kicking her in the shin.
can we get some more pastries before you do that?
Maybe no.
No. No,
Why
we
not?
won't. Tell you what, we will find better pastries, different pastries that don't make us wake up in a cold sweat. How does that sound?
Better? Where?
Far away. Actually, at the destination where we're headed, probably.
I've heard there's many good pastry shops in Velaki, actually.
Really?
I'll buy you
Who's
some.
speaking?
Irina.
Okay, now
Irina's
I
with
thought you were
you.
the old lady for a second.
Hello.
I was about to be like, you motherfucker.
No, Irina is the one who perks up. Because she's not going to stand there and go, the people who said they're going to protect me just ran away. So she would have joined you a little bit. So yeah, you spend a little bit of time, especially Lynn, you kind of got quite a nice investigation on your passive at least. And even with your investigatory skills, I can't remember the word. Yeah, you see the dust, what was on the floor, but rain has already swept up. And there's no trace. No trace. So, with all said and done, are you four, as players and obviously PCs, ready to leave Barovia?
I think
Yep.
so.
Think
Yep.
so.
Yep. All right. So we find ourselves heading into the woods. More than anything, actually, the woods themselves are quite far away from the road that you're going to be following, the Svalek Road. But on your travels, it does take a couple of days to get to where we're going to be heading, right? Especially for the first destination, which will be Seer Pool, I believe we're aiming for as well. I believe Davey had that vision, right? So I believe that's something on the list. But you notice on your travels through this woods, you are always accompanied by the mists. Sometimes you see the mists are like sort of moving and flowing between the trees on your journey. It's almost like they're following you. They're like keeping an eye on you. The woods themselves are dark, creaky. Life is in these woods, but it is a desperate life more than anything. There's a time where you swear you hear the sound of wolves in the distance. And instinctually, you four, because you've only just recently had a fight with wolves, you would initially get prepared. You prepare yourselves, you bring out if you're a component pouch person, you bring out your staff, you bring out your sword, Rain, you bring out your rapier maybe. And the wolves are just... And you just hear multiple parties on hunting journeys, if you would. The day goes by into the dark, and there are times where you see slight dots of light just moving in and out of the tree shadows around you. The smell is what hits you a little bit. Even though you're surrounded by nature, there's some kind of decay going on. You would all know this smell at least now, because of your experience in Death House. The smell of corpses, bodies, decaying. And in your mind you go, well, if I can smell them decaying right now, how long have they been here? You can't spot the bodies right now. You just know they're around you. They're sort of plotted and hidden in the mists beyond, but the smell is not hidden. It is attacking you in a sense. This smell is with you for a long time. Here's what I'd like one of you to do. This is something that... This is about chance. What's about to happen, okay? But I don't want to be the one to roll this, okay? This either happens or doesn't happen depending on what one of you rolls. So, who wants to roll? In fact, let's do it. Dro, you weren't here last week, so I think it's only fair if could you roll me just a d20, nothing else, and just tell me the number.
11.
11. Let me just have a look at something. Could everyone quickly check their passive perceptions, please?
17.
13.
13,
Wow.
12. What's yours, Bacor?
For the D20?
No, what's your passive perception? So if you look at
passive
your
perception.
yes.
Sorry. Where do I find my passive
It's underneath
perception?
saving throws.
Yeah.
Underneath saving throws. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Sorry. 15.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
15. What was yours, Davey?
17.
17. Lint was low. Rain was
12.
low. 13 was yours, Rain? What
Yeah.
was yeah, okay. So Davey and Bakor, you hear a rustling. Just a little rustle in one of the bushes on the right-hand side of you, about 30 feet away. Just so you know, this event would not have happened if you two didn't roll high enough, or didn't have high enough perception, passive perception. So, yeah. That's why I let you roll, Dro, because I was like, hey, I could just make it up and say it works, it doesn't work. But I wanted to give a chance. So, you hear some rustling going off in the bushes to the right-hand side of you, 30 feet away. Bakar and Davey, you hear that, so what do you do?
Hello? Is something there?
You hear it.
I think something's there, Davey.
Should I go take a look?
That is the perfect analogy of like player. Like as a player, I would not fucking do that.
Why not?
Because we don't know what it is, Davey.
That's what makes it
I
fun.
grab Davey's shoulder just in case she decides to like kind of run off. Very gently put my hand on her shoulder. How about we tell the others and then we like go together?
Okay.
So we go and Rain, there's something over there, and you know Davey wants to run at it head first. Should we go there? I think regardless, Davey's gonna run. I don't know how long it can hold her back.
Okay, well then we might as well go take a look all together then.
Yeah, as they've pointed this out, you do see the bushes like slowly moving. Not the bushes themselves, but like there's movement in the bushes. Sort of as you were moving, they were sort of like following your movement, if you would.
Can Rain pick up a rock and chuck it into the bush?
Roll me an attack roll using your strength. So D20 plus your strength modifier. I don't think you add anything to improvised weapons. Do you, Naomi? No? You don't add proficiency to that, do you? You're not proficient in rock throwing.
No, I think there's a feat that gives you proficiency
Yeah,
in
that's right.
improvised weapons
Yeah,
or
I'm pretty sure
something.
that's right, yeah. But yeah, so D20 plus your strength modifier.
I got a 3, so kind of just toss a rock into the,
Yeah,
into the bush.
it and doesn't even hit the bush. It's in front of the bush. I see the bush sort of just freeze for a second.
Okay, nobody move. I have an idea. And Len's just going to move just a little bit closer, and he's going to hold a hand out and cast Mage Hand to just shake the bush.
Amazing. Question, Lint. With your new feat, I believe it's invisible. I believe Mage Hand is invisible for you.
I'll just check.
Pretty sure.
Sound like I need it. For this version of Mage Hand, I can just cast it as a cantrip without verbal or somatic components.
Yep.
I can make and I can choose to make it invisible, but I choose not to make it invisible.
Okay.
So it's just to say that, like, I kind of force it to go out because I want to be quiet.
Yeah.
And I just use the Mage Hand to just shake the bush where the movement is.
Okay, so the moment you move the bush, you hear, shit!
Okay, so there is something sentient in there.
You see a shadowy figure just start moving away from you.
Can Rain throw a dagger
Um,
to like pin them to the ground or something?
So question to you real quick. Did you move closer to the bush and where the area was?
I walked with the group over.
Yeah, okay. Just establishing distance is all, because daggers are a little bit different. I think you can roll 20 feet without disadvantage. That's all I'm trying to establish. But yes, of course you can throw a dagger if that is what your character would do, of course.
I think Rain would want to, like, not hit them to hurt them, but, like, try to get a piece of their clothing stuck in the ground.
That's sick. I'm going to say then it's a bit of a higher DC. Sorry, AC technically, because what you're asking to do is a bit more difficult. So roll a d20 plus your dexterity modifier plus proficiency as well, because I believe you are proficient in simple weapons. And yeah, we'll see what it is.
Man, it's a 5, 6, 7.
Nah, I'm sorry, dude. It sort of... You throw it, and it just skims past them. It nicks them in the arm, and a little bit of blood goes like off as they start to run away.
Can I cast something?
Yeah, of course. I'll give you
Can I
all
cast
one
Entangle?
chance. Yes,
It
you
has
can.
a 90-foot range.
Yes,
so.
you can. Absolutely.
All right, so strength saving throw.
Strength. Oh, man. That's a natural 19.
Ah, fuck.
Damn.
I'm sorry. You see, describe the what actually comes out of the ground, I believe, Davey. Describe what actually it looks like before it doesn't work.
So this sort of like thick fungi begins to grow out of the ground and try to harden around their feet, but it just sort of breaks apart as they continue
It's
forward.
cool though. Yeah, and you see a boot is left behind though, as it's now running around with one boot and one non-booted foot. It's just hobbling and hobbling and hobbling around. Bakor and Lint, you both have one more thing to do. If it doesn't work, they get away.
We just fucking chase them.
I'm
We
down.
have
I'm a
horses.
klutz. I don't have anything to throw.
Okay.
Just chase 'em.
Let's just fucking chase them.
Okay, so as Rain sadly picks up the dagger, and Davey watches their spell crumble in front of them, you two take off. I would like you both then, if it's a chase, both of you roll athletics checks.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's running, so athletics. I'm gonna roll. What's gonna happen is, because technically most people have 30 feet of movement, right? What will probably happen is they'll get. Fuck me! You will not believe what I just rolled.
Nat 20.
I just rolled a nat 20.
God damn it.
Shit.
Wasn't meant to be.
But this is a
Yeah.
skill check, so a nat 20 does not mean auto success. So if
Yeah.
Bakor is able to roll higher than their, hang on. What did you roll?
Even if I rolled a nat
Bakor?
20, I have a minus
I rolled a
one. so I
12.
Oh no.
I also rolled a 12.
Maybe it's this moment of like uncoordination and
Yeah.
hesitation. But whatever was in this bush starts to dart into the mists themselves, into the darkness themselves. Unfortunately, they got away.
Lynn's gonna go
They're
to the
just gonna
boots.
be like, asshole.
You hear a "fuck you" in the background. Not really.
Lynn's gonna just go and then sidle up to where the boot is and pick it up, and
Yeah.
then just bring it back to the others.
Yeah.
Just hand it to Davy. Here's your prize.
Thank you. She'll take it.
It's a very common looking boot, like nothing special. Yeah, that's all it looks like. Yeah, just a regular old boot that anyone would have, any commoner would have.
What's a shoe size?
Take
maybe
one
to
of
track him
their-
down.
They're gonna take off one of their shoes and put on the boot.
It's a bit big, so when you walk, it's gonna have a because you know what I mean. So you're gonna go dum, thump, dum, thump, as you walk in. That's fine. You will have disadvantage on any stealth checks wearing that boot. Just saying. But you wouldn't know that. Davey wouldn't know that. So there you go. Okay. So that I can't believe I rolled a 19 and a 20. I'm so like, damn rolls. But yeah, they got away. Whoever they were.
Wait, what's the ground like? If they leave footprints, we've just got to look for a set of footprints with one bare foot and one shoed foot.
I'll say this because it is getting to the night. it might not be worth it for this point. I mean, you're more than welcome to do it because you are the players after all. And if this is something you want to like continue pursuing, you're always welcome to it. But I will say, as your DM, it's gonna be hard now. Considering I gave you all 4 chances, technically.
All right.
Okay.
Wasn't to be.
I'm sorry. So, in that disappointment, hang on. What is that? Let's see if Irina can do anything. Nope. Damn.
I feel like you didn't even roll. You just did it on purpose to rub it in.
No, I did. I rolled.
Sorry.
She rolled an 11. I promise you. I'm being fair. So after this event, the night is starting to take over a fair amount. US players, you don't exactly know how much time it's going to take to get to see a pool right now. Irina doesn't really mention anything regarding the time and estimate. It's more of a case of follow the path and you will get there. So as you are moving into the night, what do you as a party want to do? Do you want to continue moving forward into the bit of a deeper nighttime? Or do you want to set up camp first? What would you like to do? Technically, Irina's with you as well, but, you know, NPC. And I'm not doing an PC NPC, so that's a nightmare. So, yeah. What do you want to do?
Got it.
Got it.
It might be more advantageous if we keep going. I mean, the risk of traveling at night, I feel like we're in more danger if we sleep in these woods. There's clearly, I'm not the only one who's got a bad vibe from this place.
Does not pass the vibe check, no.
Not at all.
No.
You do see the trees around you are starting to like almost... It's not that they're moving into the shapes, by the way. They're just shaped like this. They almost look like bony fingers, so I'm just poking around a little bit. It's like they're reaching towards you all in this kind of ominous, claustrophobic environment.
Awake or asleep, you're always in danger here.
Davey, coming back in with the truths that we so exactly didn't need to hear.
But at
That's
least we
fair.
have-
I think we should keep moving.
Yes. At least when we're awake, we can, jump into action a little bit better.
Okay.
So you're going to keep moving as a party, yeah?
As we move, Lent's gonna cast dancing lights just so that we can see the way.
Cool. Yeah. What do they look like? Tell me. Or don't just tell me.
Like,
tell everyone else.
um,
Everyone else mute.
No, I'll write it to you.
Please
but-
just message me and then I'll be quiet while reading it.
They just look like simple fireflies. Lent's not that imaginative with them, so they just like burn a simple like kind of candlelight yellow, and then just kind of zip around, dance in the air, kind of like caterpillaring one after another.
Cool. Yeah, I like
As they
it.
go ahead.
I'll say a couple of things then as you're moving with the dancing lights just floating in the air in front of you. They do attract certain flies, a few actual fireflies sort of go up to it to inspect and then disappointingly move away. Again, you do hear the sound of rustling in the bushes around you, but instead of it feeling like they're being stealthy, it's more of a, it's an animal, not really giving a fuck, just going by its own day. In the far distance, you do hear... You don't know if it was an animal or the sound of someone moaning really far away in the middle of the mists. Just a... And you continue moving forward. The smell is still there. And then you are continuing your moves. You don't exactly know time of day, right? You don't have watches here. But you gather that the moon, that is blocked still. There's no stars in the sky above. It's always cloudy. But you do see that the moon's light is shining at the pinnacle in the sky. So you can kind of gather. I say, Davey, you'd know this quite substantially because you lived in these kind of environments, mainly swamp, but still. You know that it's getting into the middle of the night. And then you hear creaking. To your left and right. And you see slight shifts in the ground. You start to hear the clattering of something. What'd you do?
Can't throw a dagger at something again.
I mean, you're welcome to. I'll say.
Can I take a look this time?
No.
A form
Can't keep doing this, Davey.
starts to emerge from the mists. Not from the sides, from actually below your feet. And as you are hearing this and you're stepping forward, you start to see that there's bones on the floor around you. Some of you, like, step on one and breaks a femur. And then you see 3 skeletal figures stand up. Their skulls, although they have no eyes, there is a light source inside their skull of yellow and blue. As their jaws crack and adjust to your size, if you would. They look, and there's this ghostly as those 3 stare at you for 5, actually. Let's roll initiative. Let's do some fights, y'all.
Yay!
I now have even more audacity at this level.
You do. You do. So I believe with your stuff, you get an addition to your initiative roll, Rain. It's really fucking good. All right. Oh,
well, I rolled a 1, so...
Dirty 20.
Hang on. Wait. Okay. So Bakor, 1.
Yeah.
Rain with a dirty 20. That's do you have a +1 to that, Bakor, or is that a -1? Did you? What's your initiative bonus? It should be at the top of your sheet. Should
Or
be
next to armor class.
Yeah.
Next to armor class? Oh, I have a -1 for initiative.
So you got 0.
Oh no.
I didn't move.
you just went. Oh. That's
like,
Davey, what did you roll?
10.
10. All right. And Lynn?
3.
Wow, dude.
I'm just a little bit more attentive.
Dude.
But I'm still like, huh.
Damn,
Wow.
that's crazy.
Oh shit. Bones?
Damn, you see that shit?
You see that shit? Okay, you will be moved into the new map. Whoop, 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 whoop. Wait for it to load. All right, I'm going to quickly do this off camera because I can't see where my things are. And then I'll move everything else. Okay. That. And that. Excellent. And then I'll turn that down. Whoop. Let me know that you can see on the map U4, pretty please. You see what's happening? Can you see your characters? Yeah, we're good.
I
All
can't
right.
see my characters.
Zoom out maybe is a pretty big map.
Oh wow. Okay. Yep.
Oh Jesus.
I pay for these maps, yo. I gotta make the most out of it. Okay, so as the mist is sort of thick underneath your feet and actually covering the skeletal remains, what's going on around you, you do know there's a lot of skeleton remains around here. 3 figures stand up out of the mist, and as I said, their jaws are cracking wide as they kind of look like they want to bite down on you. But the most important part here is that inside their skull, there is a bright, like white, blue, and yellow light just permeating out of their eye holes and mouth features. Now let me roll their initiative. Whoop. Cool. All right. So, hang on. Yep. Ooh, actually. Cool. That's interesting. So, as their remains start to open up into this bright white light, Rain, you're fast, right? Undead things typically move kind of slow. These run right at all of you. As they go first in their initiative, right here.
They beat a 20?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. For some reason. You don't know why. So this one is going to charge. Let's have a look at movement. Okay, so they don't have... It's not the case of their, amount of movement is faster. It was their initiative of, go. That's what was faster more than anything. So, this one is going to run right up to Davy. This one is going to move and use its action to get engaged with both you and Lint. And this one's in the bushes right now. So it's going to make sure I can get the movement right. Give me a second. Boop. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. By the way, I know I positioned you on the map, right? I didn't say, are you okay with this placement? Are you okay with this placement, you four? I just thought, okay, cool. So this one, this skeletal boy, will move, and it's heading towards you, Bakor, but it can't get to you. It's about there where it gets. And again, this bright white light is just permeating out of their mouth as they come in to attack you, Davy, and Rain, Lynn. Roll me a d20. Whoever gets lower will be attacked.
Who's rolling?
Yeah. So it's Rain and Lint. Rain and Lint. Roll a d20. Let me know what you get.
16.
16?
9.
9. Vic, after you,
no.
then Rain. To give you a chance, by the way, anyone who would have equipped a shield at this moment, I'm going to say that during the time they stood up, you would have got your shield out. Just because I don't want to be like, oh, use your action. That's kind of rough. Okay. So this one is going to go towards you, Rain, as this skeletal thing comes at you with, hang on, it's blade. 17 plus stuff. Actually, I do need to say what it is. Give me a second. Give me a second. Come on, D&D Beyond. You bastard. It is a +3 to hit, I believe. Give me a second. Okay. Bear with me, everyone. Bear with me. Oh, +4 to hit. 21 to hit Rain.
Yeah, their armor class is 17.
Their armor class is 17. So you see this skeletal figure pulls out a scimitar and slices you for 5. Short sword, sorry. It pierces you for 5 piercing damage. Right to the side as it just chatters away at you. Davy?
Is it within range for me to have an opportunity attack? Or...
No, not for what you want to do. There's no...
Okay.
Yeah, not for that bit. There is a feat, by the way. Wizards would never take it really, but there's one what's called Polar Master, where if something gets close to you, you can hit it as it enters your range. But it's not very good for it. Natural 20 against Davy.
That hits.
That hits. 10 points of piercing as it sort of lunges at you and hits the side, like goes into your shoulder and digs right into the clavicle. I've literally never said clavicle in my entire life until then. That's my second nat 20 against you, by the way, Davey. I got a nat 20 last session. The other skeleton can't do anything right now. It's running at Ubicore, but it can't really get there until its next turn. So, Rain, your go.
Okay, well, goddamn. Starting off getting impaled again. Let me... Okay, so can I do a perception check to see if what'll be more effective, like doing like a cantrip or like brute force? Because what Rain wants to do is just punch the skull hard enough through it to grab whatever light source is in its head.
That's cool. I like the idea. I tell you what, in this moment, because perception checks are kind of like not. It's usually like an action and stuff. I don't want you wasting action, especially in combat. What would you like to do as a player and playing as Rain? You said you want to punch him in the skull, right? And see if you can
Rain
pull
wants
stuff.
to turn to the one that stabbed and punch through its skull hard enough to grab the glowing thing inside and rip it out.
Okay, I really love this. You're gonna have to get through the skull. I'll say this.
If you hit the temple, it's the most delicate and easy to punch through part.
As the martial artist here, I can kind of agree. I'll say this then. If you pierce hard enough with your rapier into the skull, maybe something can happen.
Okay.
Yeah. So then you can just use your regular attacks and stuff like that if you want to. We don't have to get too complicated.
So rapier, roll d20.
Yep. Whatever it is for your attack. I think it's +7 for you. I could be wrong.
+7 because or is it +2 because of proficiency?
So whatever it says, so if you're going down to your rapier and it has to hit, whatever that number is, that's what you add to your d20. It does the proficiency adding for you. So whatever number is right there. Davey, you're next, by the way, just so you know.
So I rolled an 8.
An 8? Did you add anything to that? So you rolled an 8 plus what?
I don't know. It doesn't say anything by the rapier.
It should. Let me have a look for you, though. Double check. Because sometimes it's hard to navigate D&D Beyond. Hey, D&D Beyond, sponsor us. That'd be great. So next to your actions, rapier is a +6 to hit. So 8.
Okay, so 8 + 6.
8 + 6, 14. That hits, yeah. That hits. Let's see how much damage you do. By the way, Rogue, there is an ally within 5 feet of this creature, so you will get sneak attack on this.
What does that mean for me?
So, because you hit, your damage is 1d8, which is your rapier.
Let's see. I rolled a 3.
So 3 + 4 because of your charisma modifier, because you're a hexblade, so that's 7 total. Now add sneak attack damage to that.
And how would I do that?
So sneak attack at level 3 rogue is, I believe, is it 2d6? Let's have a look. Look at your table. Yeah, 2d6. And then add it all together.
Okay, so it was at, oh god. Math. Okay, hold on. What numbers am I adding up?
I believe was it 13? Was it 13 for that first one?
I rolled a 3.
Yeah, and there's another d6 on top of that.
C7.
Okay, yeah. With that, you pierce into the side of the temple on the skull. It pierces. You hear a as you go in, and as you pull out, the ball of light escapes with your rapier. The skeleton drops as the light moves away. There's a ball of light, almost similar to Lint's dancing lights, and it moves. If you look on the map, it moves. Let me make sure I got it right for you. Where are you? There it is. Okay. So yeah, this ball of light goes into the tree bottom right of where you are right now. Do you see the circle I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. Just making sure you know. And it goes back in there. What else do you want to do? So the skeleton drops right in front of you.
Can I move next to this one?
Yep.
That's good, because the skeleton we just had, we took down, right?
Yeah, immediately.
Okay, so Rain's
Down.
gonna go next to the one that's attacking Davy.
Okay, cool. So you're just going to be there. Because I'm a tactician when it comes to D&D, I recommend getting to this position right here, so then you can get advantage against the... Well, not you, but David could get advantage against it if they want to.
What a nice DM you are.
I love tactical stuff. I'm very fun. I love that. Okay, so that's your turn. You do have a bonus action, Rain, if there's anything else you want to do with your bonus action.
No, I don't think so. Not for now.
Okay, great. Davey, you're up.
Well, that actually causes some problems for me.
Does it?
It's okay, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
That's hilarious. I knew it.
Oops.
When you shook your head, I was like, what have I done?
Well, my magic isn't that strong against things with no flesh, so let's try something else. Sorry, Rain. I'm gonna cast second level Earth Tremor.
Oh, shit. Okay. Tell me.
That's gonna get both skeletons and Rain.
Okay.
That's okay. As long as you give Rain a heads up, be like, "Hey, I'm about to fuck you up." They'll be like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Davey will take their staff and plant it into the ground, and the earth around them is going to start shaking as tiny little mushrooms sprout from the ground, and everyone is going to have to make a dexterity saving throw within 10 feet of Davey.
Within 10 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the course save. Yeah, just Rain and the skeletons.
I got an 11.
I'm rolling really good
That
today,
doesn't
y'all.
save.
I'm rolling exceptionally well. I just rolled a natural 20.
Ah,
But the other one was an 11, and I don't think they have good dex. No, 13. So the one what's right next to you two, that one fails. The one what's above, like heading towards Bakor as the earth trembles, that one was a natural 20, so...
okay,
Yeah.
natural 20, it doesn't take any damage.
Wow, okay.
But Rain and the other one, like, I rolled really well. 11 points of bludgeoning damage and
Yep.
are both knocked prone.
Amazing. The skeleton, like...
Also,
Go, please, go.
Also, because I believe this is loose earth or stone, the ground in this area is now difficult terrain.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so it's going to be hard to move through.
Mhm.
Cool. So just bear that in mind. What's the range at 10 feet?
10 feet, centered on me.
Okay, I will do this real quick. We'll make it, I don't know, around 10 feet. Yeah, there you go. So that area right there is difficult terrain. So anyone who gets in it, your movement speed is halved. So this skeleton here at the bottom, if you've I don't know if you've ever played Dark Souls. The skeleton like drops to the floor, but the light sort of flashes and it reanimates. It's prone, but it comes back together. It's holding on though. It's desperate to hold on. All right.
And then with my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shillelagh.
All right. Well done. Okay. Excellent. And the other skeleton is just sort of like stomping. Okay. Cool. That's you, Davey. Now it's on to Lint, followed by 0 initiative for Core.
Okay. I can't even roll 20 because it crashes my computer. So how far away is the skeleton that is far away from core?
It's within range of most things. What you want to do with it, but bear in mind, oh, you know what? They're both prone, so yeah, I'd say you got a clear shot if you want to do a line spell.
I don't. I'm not entirely sure because the only thing I've got is Firebolt, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will be in the way, and I don't think it's actually going to do
That's what I'm saying though. The skeleton is prone, Rain is prone, and you can just move a couple of steps to get a nice clean shot. So you're more than welcome to do that. I'll move your character so you're within line. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Just to help you out a little bit. So it goes right over Rain.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Roll to hit, my dude.
Am I able to line it up in such a way that I can hit the other skeleton? If it's...
Not Firebolt, no. It's only one target.
Okay. It is a mote of fire that's to 120 feet.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, okay.
Yep.
There you go. I actually would recommend hitting the other one because that one is prone, so I believe it's a
disadvantage.
Ranged spell attack would be with disadvantage, but if you hit the other one, it should be fine.
I think that's what that's what we're aiming for. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm aiming for the other one.
Yeah, you're aiming for the one.
Yeah.
AC's 13. I'll just let you know that. So when you
I
know.
rolled a 15.
Great, yeah.
Straight, so.
Good.
Where's the detail? There's 8.
8 points damage. Nice. Yeah, part of its shoulder blade bursts off.
Okay.
That's your action. Anything else you want to do?
Is that one standing or is it?
The one that is near what you just hit is standing.
It is standing. Okay. How far away is it from me?
Plenty of. You got loads of opportunity to do stuff. You're really close. You're fine.
Am I within 30 feet?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna bonus action.
Yep.
I'm just going to, in order to try and give advantage to Bakar if he's going to attack, I'm going to telekinetically shove it.
Okay.
So that it is, I think, as a bonus action, I can telekinetically shove one creature I see within a range of 30 feet. As I do so, the target must succeed on a strength saving throw with a DC 8 plus its proficiency score and ability modifier, whatever that is.
Whatever
or
your
be moved
spell DC
5
is.
feet toward, or be moved 5 feet towards or away from you.
Okay. Yeah, so it's going to make a strength save on this, okay? Do you want it to be coming towards you or away from you? So it's either going to go towards Rain, right, who's down, or away from you, which is pushing it slightly out of that zone. I'm gonna give it some additional as well. So
yeah, I'm going to give Rain the opportunity to get up, so I'm going to push it away.
Okay, cool. So it's going to make a strength save. Fails. And because it's on difficult terrain, I'm actually going to see if it's going to get knocked prone as well, because I think it makes sense. You know, you're pushing it on difficult terrain, it's stumbling around a little bit. Yeah, that's not prone. That failed. So it does get pushed back, and it falls on the floor again. The bones sort of separate and then come back together just because of the light source inside the skull. That everything. That's action. Bonus action. You did a little bit of movement. You got 20 more feet of movement if you want to move.
Oh, hang on. Let me just check something.
Yeah, sure.
As I plan ahead.
Bakor, you're up next, by the way. Just bear in mind the zone on the map. If you move through that, your movement speed is halved. So every square is 10 feet, not 5 feet.
I'm not going to move. I'm going to stay where I am.
All right, cool. Bakar, you're next.
So you said it's 10 feet each square, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can make it there then. I'm gonna go ahead and move towards the one near Rain and Davey.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna take my longsword, bruh.
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna go and try to just maybe pierce it through its head where the light source is.
I like it. Yeah. Roll to hit. At advantage because you are on the opposite side.
Yeah, I rolled 18.
18. Roll again just to see if you crit.
Roll again?
Yeah. You roll twice and take the higher number.
8.
8. You take 18. You're fine. You hit it. Roll damage for me.
It is gonna be 8.
8 points. Yeah. You and it's lucky. That's prone actually. So I'm gonna say you actually sort of go down onto it, if that's cool.
Yeah.
You break its skull open and you pull, and this light like moves away. That one moves. You'd be able to see from here. It moves to an area here. So it's like top right of the map on your end. Okay.
All right.
That one is out of commission right now. One more remains. Sorry. Bakor, that's not your turn finished yet. You've only used your movement and action. Is there anything else you want to do?
I don't have any more movement, so I don't want to use a bonus action either, so we're Gucci.
All right, cool. Top of the round. Skelly Man.
I'm going to use my reaction to try something that probably won't work on them, but
Sure.
It has to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yep, you got it. Man, 19.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm rolling hot today. I've got soap's dice. Whatever it is, maybe it was just the hard hit what you got, and then this connecting to the floor to make it erupt around you, and also making sure you're stable too, you know, even though you're in control of it. Unfortunately, you just lose that concentration a little bit. So you have burned your reaction. Okay, so Skelly Man is going to get up. They do have... Okay, they can only move one square. Yeah, Davey, it can only reach you. It was going to go for rain, but it's okay.
Man, everybody's just on my ass today.
I swear to God, I use this dice all the time.
One?
Not nat 20, no. An 18 plus stuff, though. Man, 5 piercing to you, Davey.
Mm-hmm.
You not got a concentration spell up, have you?
Nope.
All right, cool. This is what happens as well. The lights that you see move away to some location, which I did point out a little bit. And there's a glow in those areas. That's why I'm not deleting things. As another skeleton starts to emerge from this area and shambles towards you, does a double action this way. And then where's my other one? There we are. And that one is about... Actually, yeah. Right behind you, Lynn, actually.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah. So, just to recap. You took the skeleton out. The light disappeared. Light went into a distance. A light glowed. And then another skeleton appeared heading, and the same lights are in their head. Just so you know. Alright. Double action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, that one is going to be on your ass, Lynn. Can't attack you, but it is on your ass.
Okay.
Just so you know. Okay, that is all that happens right now. Next up, Rain.
Oh man. Well, I mean, obviously, it seems like the light sources are the things that we need to take out. I don't know how. I literally stabbed it, and that didn't do anything, right?
Mm-hmm. You pierced it, and you felt something like incorporeal, and it like really quickly went away.
Okay. Can I do some sort of like investigation or insight to see like if
I'll say this. You can make... It's not technically investigation, so you can make a perception or insight on this one, actually. I will say, though, because this is something like in the moment, I'm going to say this is going to cost a bonus action. I'm going to give you a full action at least, but right now, a bonus action just to quickly ascertain what's going on.
Yeah, 100%. I rolled a 10.
You're not entirely sure, but you know which direction they came from. You know, they head in some trees elsewhere. maybe getting there will help you a little bit to figure out what's going on. But with a 10, not entirely sure. You've dealt with dead things. This is a little bit different.
Okay. Oh, because I'm in difficult terrain, so my speed is halved as well, right?
And you are prone, so getting up is half your speed. So you can only move a single square.
Okay. I will meet this one that was trying to
Cool.
come at me.
That one got up. So yeah, please attack it if you want to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with my rapier.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? A D?
D20.
Is it D20?
Mm-hmm. And plus whatever is next to your rapier.
That is it. Okay, so I got a 19 to hit.
Yeah, it absolutely hits.
And a D6 plus.
So you roll a 1d8 for your rapier, plus 4 for your charisma modifier. And then because you get sneak attack, you add 2d6 on top of that.
Okay, 9. 16.
Yeah, that, same kind of thing. You sort of, with a flourish, you pull out, like, quick draw your rapier as it goes under the jaw and at the top of the skull, breaks, and that light moves, and it moves a bit further down. It is dark around here, but it's in this direction, like to the right-hand side of the map at least. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's your action. Your bonus action was to try and figure out where it was all coming from. You do have your movement available.
Where did the closest one fly away?
As in the sorry, what do you mean by that, Rain?
Light. Because there's 2 that's flown away at this point, right?
All 3 have flown away. 2 have came back. So they all went vroom, vroom. On their turn, they came back with another skeleton.
The only other one I can think of was like down in this bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, I'd say as well with your position, you definitely saw where, like, you saw that it was coming around this area. You know, you saw the skeleton that's going towards Lint come from around this area.
Okay, so I use my movement to start heading that way.
I think you can only move 1 square because of the getting up in difficult terrain. Yeah, and you use a bonus action, so you're almost out of that difficult terrain. Almost.
Okay, cool.
You do look around and you do see Davy sort of, I don't know if it's concentrating or eyes lit up, but the floor underneath you is still moving around a little tiny bit as it's starting to settle from the spell. Okay, cool. But you have a direction to go, Rain. Speaking of the devil, Davy.
Davy's going to start with a bonus action and is going to give Rain a healing word.
All right.
That is 7 points of healing. And then they're going to sort of look around and say, okay, let's try something new. I think I saw one of these in the swamp once. What did it look like? And they're going to use one of their wild shapes to turn into an ape.
Yo!
But, instead of a real ape, it's the corpse of one. That's the closest they've ever seen. So it has like rotting flesh. You can see part of its rib cage exposed, and it's just covered with these like growing, like glowing fungus that just like comes out of the rib cage and out of its head. One of its eyes is dangling out.
I haven't got a corpse of a monkey right now, so hey everyone, we're going to use our imagination in this game. How about that? Yeah, so you turn into an ape. That's sick.
Mm-hmm. And then
ape V.
10. Oh, that should be off me.
Oh my god. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just permanent. That's just what the
don't worry
ground
about it.
looks like
I'm on it. Okay, cool.
All right, 10, 20, and then let's do 30, and that's as far as I can move. The circle stays, like the earth is just ruined there, so it's just difficult terrain forever.
I didn't want to draw a terrible circle, that's all. So you lot are just going to have to imagine it again.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, cool. That's so cute. I love it. Davey, Lint, you're next.
Okay.
And right behind you, there's a skeleton coming at you.
Okay, I turn to face him, point him straight in the eye, and says, "What's your deal?" And they cast, pointing directly into the eye socket, they cast True Strike.
Okay.
And True Strike is that it grants me a brief insight into the target's defenses.
Oh, right. Mechanically, mechanically True Strike's not the best. So let's do this. Let's reflavor. I'm going to give you this as a bonus action, okay?
Mm-hmm. I was going to bonus action to do something else, but okay.
Unless you want it, because True Strike, right, is one of the worst spells in the game. Because you're wasting your turn, your action, to try and attempt to do a hit on the next action, next turn, where you could have hit now and hit, or try to hit again. It's a really, it's the worst spell in the game. In fact, as your DM, I will say to you, swap that fucker out, because my god, it's terrible. So next time. But just want to put it out there, so because True Strike is the worst spell in the game, and everyone agrees most of the time.
Okay.
And Naomi nodded, so it makes me feel like I'm correct in my opinion too.
Right. They're still going to do it. They just want to know what it is because they overhear that Rain wants to know how the heck to deal with
right.
this.
Right. Okay. So
they know what the defenses are.
Instead of using True Strike, then, I want you to make, because you're trying to ascertain what's happening. This will be a Religion check or Arcana. Religion is a lower DC. Arcana can work, but it's a slightly higher DC.
What's the difference in DC? Or...
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm going to do Arcana because I have a higher chance.
This will be your action to ascertain it this time as well, because this is figuring out something, what's going on.
All right, 17.
17, yeah. So you see that these lights are somehow possessing corpses. The source of these lights is usually 23. Do you say?
No, it's a 17.
Or 17. Okay. So there's a possession happening right here, with whatever this light, this glowing light is. You believe it's a spirit of some kind, an angry spirit.
Yeah.
With a 17, dealing with the skeletons is not what you got to do right now. You've got to find the source of where this light is coming from. Yeah, that's what I'll tell you with a 17. I'm not going to give the exact right now, but that's as much as I can give you with a 17.
All right. And that was my action.
You know what? I gave Rain a bonus action to do it, so you should have a bonus action for that too. So yeah, we'll say bonus action. Have your action.
Oh, well then I don't know what to do. My bonus action was...
I'm sorry.
I was gonna do Shadow Blade to prepare for my next attack, and then use my movement to get out of range of the skeleton.
Oh, fuck it. Switch it around then. Switch it around. Whatever. Yeah. You use your action to do that. Bonus action, Shadow Blade.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, there you go. Describe a Shadow Blade for me, please, and not just for me, for everyone else in the classroom.
Link doesn't like swords. So it looks like a wooden sword, but it's just jet black because it looks just like basically like Vanta black. And it just kind of conjures like in his hand, and he doesn't hold it like that stuff. He's like holding it at the very tip end of the sword, where like the end is. He just doesn't really know how to hold it.
There's a few like shadowy splinters on it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So action was to ascertain what's going on. Bonus action was to conjure the shadowy toy dagger.
Yeah.
Anything else with your movement? Again, you are engaged with this creature right now, so if you can...
He wants to... Yeah, he just wants to move to disengage, and yeah, if it takes an opportunity attack...
It will take an opportunity attack. So, where do you want to move? Do you want to move, like, north, south, east, west? On the map, at least.
He wants to move closer to the others.
Okay. You bet they're all basically equal distance. So, up is Rain. Top left is Bakor. Top right is Davy.
Move to Rain.
Rain? Okay. You move into Rain. The skeleton lashes out at you. 15 plus 4, 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Now, as it hits and does 5 points of piercing damage, Shadow Blade is a concentration spell. So you do need to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you maintain it. The DC is 10.
Is it Constitution or is it?
It is Constitution, yes.
DC 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, 12 right out the back.
Oh, good. Yeah, so you find that you see as you get hit, the shadowy blade starts to fizzle and almost like light out, and you had to grip it a little bit tighter. You give yourself a little splinter, but you know it's still within your grasp firm. You moved to get engaged with, well, not get engaged with, but go next to Rain. And that's everything, I believe, Lynn. Yes?
Yep.
All right. Initiative 0 for Core. Let's go, baby.
I'm trying my best. Do we know where these things are coming from? They're just coming from the bushes?
You definitely saw them move in a certain direction. At least once. You don't know if it's the same direction each time right now. But you definitely know that, as I pointed out, I believe it's top right of the map. You have a pretty good perception. It went like down the road a little bit. And then bottom right of the map, I believe it's around here as well.
Okay, so they're kind of just everywhere. Okay.
Mhm.
I just didn't see the pings from before.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to move.
Yep.
I'm going to position myself between Lint and this guy.
Nice, yeah. You interpose, yeah, absolutely.
Except I'm going to try something. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
So
Yep.
it has a 60-foot range, so I could go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, like here. Oh, you can't see.
That's okay.
Like here is where I can go, where I'm going to cast it.
Right, so you want to hit
And
it there? Okay.
I want to hit it there, and it's like a 20-foot cube in diameter, so it's
Okay.
pretty large.
20
I'm going to cast
foot.
it.
Yeah.
And then any creatures that are in there will be highlighted, so we'll be able to see if there's
Interesting.
anything else there.
Interesting.
So I'm going to cast that.
So I'm going to say this, actually, if this is okay with you, because it's such a good spell, and I don't want you to waste this moment. You're going to cast it so it hits the skeleton what you're right next to. Because as it flares up, what does it look like, by the way, this fairy fire for you, Bakor?
The way I envision it is when I cast it, just dark crows kind of come from the shadows, and they quickly start moving in the pattern of where it's creating it. And the beam of light kind of shoots up.
That's so cool. I love it. So this flash happens. There's no creatures in this area bottom right, but the edge of your spell hits the skeleton rots right next to you, and you notice that it does need to make a save, though, right?
Yes.
What's the save? Is it
again.
Dex? I think it's Dex.
Oh wait, there is no Dex. Yes.
Yeah.
Dex.
Okay. Skeleton fails. That also fails. Wait, hang on. It does have. It does have some stuff. Give me a second. Because they are quick. Their save. What's your DC? What's your spell DC?
Where do I find that?
So next to Fairy Fire, there should be like a number next to it. Like it should be like 16 or 17.
15.
15. Yeah. It has a +9 to Dex saves, and it failed. So, along with the skeleton being lit up by this fairy fire of yours, the light inside also gets covered in this light, and you hear it just sort of panicking, bouncing around a fair bit. So yeah. So anyone has advantage on attacks against those two creatures now. Okay. Man, I can't believe they fucking failed a Dex save. Okay. Anything else for you?
Yeah,
Bakor?
use my bonus action, and I'll go ahead and cast.
You just did Fairy Fire as a bonus action. Is that right?
Oh, that was a bonus.
Oh no. Sorry, I'm just asking. No, as an action, so you do have a bonus
As an action, yeah.
But this is a first level spell. You can't cast any first level spells as a bonus action. You can only cast a cantrip, but there's no bonus action cantrips. Just so you
can I cast a level 2 spell?
No, unfortunately not.
No.
No.
Okay, I see.
But I will say this. Because there's no like spells you can use, you can also use your bonus action to make a religion, a perception, any like a kind of a nature check if you want to really try and hone in on what you've exactly got to do right now.
Sure, can I do insight?
Yep, of course you can.
So I'm gonna do insight, try to figure out like what these little glowing orbs are.
Yes.
And it's a 12.
A 12? Yeah, it's it's undead. You know they're coming from somewhere. It's kind of the same with Lint. Lint was a bit more focused on it all. Just not hitting your mind right now of what exactly you got to do. You know exactly direction, right? You're not too sure right now. You're sort of dealing with the thing in front of you. You were hoping that something was there, but there's nothing there. It's only here. So something else is going on.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Their turn. Okay. Where's my skeleton? There he is. Skeletor.
As an experiment still, I
Yes.
still don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to... Oh, that's actually a good question. Do I keep my halo of spores if I'm in wild shape?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do, right?
I
Because
think so.
yeah, but there's nothing saying you don't drop it. It's not a spell.
No.
So yeah,
All right, then they have to... the one right next to me should roll a con save.
con save, yeah.
Mhm.
You got it. Hang on. Whoop. Well, right next to you, con save. There we go. 11 plus stuff. It doesn't succeed.
This will probably not do any damage, but does it take 2 points of necrotic damage?
I'll have a look for you, and I'll always be honest with what it can take and all that kind of stuff. The skeleton does take necrotic damage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, skeletons are immune to something else. Let me just give you 2 seconds for a second. Immunities, necrotic. Okay. How much was it? Sorry.
2.
2. Yeah, the skeleton takes that necrotic. You see, I don't know, whatever your mushrooms do, it like pulls the calcium from the bones and then absorbs it and we go and grow a little bit bigger on it. Yeah, it takes a little bit of damage, but not too much. You hear a little in the skull as well. All right. Anything else you need to do before we continue with my go? All right. So you see from the very far distance, coming from this area around here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so it's going to run, but it's going to get about here, where Davey is. Does not get an attack on you, Davey, but the other one does. The one what you just hit. Natural 1 on that skeleton against you, Davey. The one what's right next to... I like it you said nope. Natural 1. Nah. 1 against you, Pakor. Natural 3. No.
Oh.
Now it's balancing. Damn it. All right. Yeah, skeletons had their go. What we're doing? Rain.
Okay. Rain is going to try. Am I still stuck on like rough terrain?
I think you need like 1 more square, then you're out, I believe.
You should be out. Oh, wait, no. You should have 1 more, yeah.
Yeah, 1 more square. So that'll be 10 feet, and you have 20 more feet movement. Uh-huh.
Okay, so I can move 1 square and then 24 or 20 more?
20 feet, yeah.
So 5.
So 4 more squares. Yep.
Move here.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna move here, and I'm going to. I mean, I'm not fighting anything, so I can action. But I'm going to do. No, I think that literally might be it. Besides, like throwing a dagger at the one that's directly.
So I will say this: you're a rogue, level 3 rogue. You do have uncanny. Sorry, you have extra movement now. You can use your uncanny action to dash as a bonus action. So you can use your movement and bonus action to dash to where you want to go.
I do want to dash then.
There you go. You got an extra 30 feet to get to where you want to go.
Okay. It was this tree like right here, right?
Let me double check my overlay. I marked it pre-game. Yes.
Okay, cool. Rain's gonna stop here, and then would I be able to do any kind of roll to see what's in the tree?
Yeah, so you do have an action on this one. So you can spend the next 6 seconds trying to look for. This will be investigation. If you're right up next to it, or perception as you're running into it. Either's fine in this moment.
16.
16 is enough, yes. So you see in this tree, you sort of have to scoot around it a little tiny bit. There's a carved out area inside. And in this carved out area, there's a little tiny urn. And this urn is still intact, but you see that it has been desecrated with blood, animal feces, just completely, almost offensively, been ruined. It's like nature's graffiti has gone over it. You see, this is a intentional decision right now to desecrate this little tiny shrine. I'll make a quick insight check for me. So you know that this urn has been desecrated. It's not been broken. I want to give you an insight check of what might need to be done.
17.
17's enough, yes. Whatever spirit is flying out of this urn, the reason why it's being aggressive right now is because it's trying to find something to blame for whatever's happening, what's ever happened to its kind of home, spiritual home. With a 17, did you say 17? Sorry, just making sure.
Yeah.
With a 17, you know that this needs to be, you have two options right here. Destroy the urn or clean the urn, as in
I have that wolf fur.
Okay, so you've used your action to ascertain right on this bit because it takes a bit more time. Bonus action is already done, so on your next turn, you might be able to do something. Is that cool?
Okay, cool.
All right, cool. I know we're switching up bonus actions and actions today, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, but you now know what you got to do with that one at least. Rain, question for you, because it is role-playing in fights. Do you shout to the others what's happening?
Yes, I'm going to shout out like a spirit has been angered because the urn over here has been desecrated.
All right. Bakor, you're a cleric, so you'd automatically now click. I know what to do now as well. Mm-hmm. Okay. Rain, that ends your turn, if that's okay with you. All right. Davey, you're up.
Davey doesn't know what to do with that information, so
Absolutely.
they're going to smash zombies.
Yep. Fun.
Does a 17 hit?
Does,
first
yes.
attack? Alright, so one right in front of me will take...
I'll put some Hollow Knight music on, and it's fucking cool.
It's really good.
5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Amazing.
And then second attack.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, does a 13 hit?
I believe it... hang on. I think it does. Let me just double check. Yes, just hits.
Ooh. And another 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Has 2 fists.
Boof, boof. Yeah, it crumbles under your fist, and that spirit goes off back into its direction.
And then move up to this one to be engaged with it.
Amazing. Okay, excellent. All right, Davey, you're done. Lint. You're muted, Soph.
Lint's gonna use... Yeah, he's gonna use his Shadow Blade to just swipe at the skeleton that's closest to him.
Take advantage on this one as well. It is in dim light.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be basically scooching around Bakor and then attacking.
Yep.
I'm completely vibing to the Hollow Knight soundtrack right now. It's so fucking sick.
It's great background music.
Mm-hmm.
It's
really
18.
good.
18 hit. Absolutely hit, Soph. Yes. Lint,
and
even.
It takes I don't even know if this actually causes any damage. 2d8 psychic damage.
It's not immune to psychic.
Okay. What's the Diego like again? That's that one. 12.
12.
Mhm.
You don't add anything to that, do you, Soph?
I think it's just one.
I'll double
Yeah,
check.
it's just two d12.
It hasn't been hit yet, has it? Oh, it has. It has, hasn't it? Has that one been hit? No.
I have no idea.
I'm trying to think. I don't think it has. No, it has 1 HP left. So you go right into it. This skull cracks open, and it's only the light source inside what's trying to keep it together.
Alright.
All right. That's your bonus action. That's your... Oh, sorry, not your bonus action. That's your action.
Bonus action. Could I shove it again?
Yeah.
It's just got 1 HP. Just try and shove it out the
It won't
way.
cause damage, but you can certainly move it away if you want to.
Yeah, I'll just move it out the way so that it doesn't get into a causeway when he wants to go over to where Rain is.
I'll save this because I'm gonna go with the map actually. Because why not? I don't usually do it. There's like some rocks here. If it fails this saving throw, it will hit and stumble. Is that all right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll on roll 20 because I think that's just fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll roll as well. Hang on. An 11 plus. What's the save? Strength.
A DC.
I believe it's a strength saving throw. What we have to roll to avoid being pushed.
Yes.
It would absolutely fail. So.
Okay.
The skeleton gets pushed away from you. It stumbles and it falls and just cracks onto the floor as the light source goes back. And Rain, in this moment, you see the light source go back into the urn where you are. Just so you know.
Rain would stick their head in a bit and be like, "Hey, stop it!"
Oh, fuck you. Horror game. We've got to get into it. It's horror game. Okay, that one dropped. Anything else you want to do, Lynn?
They're going to use their movement to head over to where Rain is.
Okay, cool, yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That you can get right next to Rain, and you sort of follow the light source, actually. Just Exactly. Cool. Lynn is done. 0 initiative for Cut. I'm going to keep doing this today. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Did we specify if the light sources are going to different locations, or is it just?
Yeah. So you got one that was heading where Lint and Rain is heading. You got one what's heading top right, and one what's heading like down the path.
But we don't know exactly where. Correct.
Not fully. You have to like go in that direction, and then use your. It should be an action at this point, to be fair, to actually try and see where it is. So you can head in that direction, and then use your action to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of movement, unfortunately. I'm going to try to go up top, I guess. Is this hard terrain here if I cross it here?
No, you're fine there. You're fine.
Okay, cool. So 5, 10.
With
and I kind of walk by Davy, and I notice that they're like this decaying giant bear. And I'm like, okay, Davy's fine. I'm gonna keep going up this way.
Don't worry about them. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Can I, since Rain described the item for us, can I do locate object to find the other urns?
I mean, yeah, if you want to, you can either use that locate object, or you're in the area right now. You can literally just use a perception check.
Okay, so okay.
Seriously,
so
yeah. Please, you're more than welcome to do that. Saves you a spell slot.
Check. Yeah. 15.
Yeah, 15.
16, sorry, 16.
16, even better. So same again. There's a hollowed out part of a tree with the exact same situation. It's an urn that has been desecrated. The urn itself is intact, weirdly enough, but everything else is just smeared with crap all over it. So
can I choose to clean it?
On your next turn, yes, you can.
Next turn.
It took like 6 seconds to get over there and look where it is, and then you're there. Okay, cool, excellent. So that skeleton is down. That skeleton is down. That skeleton is with Davy. Davy.
Halo spores. Constitution saving throw.
Amazing. Jesus. I'll roll for that. It's natural 18.
Saves.
Okay, and that's going to attack. What's your AC as the 8?
12.
12 definitely hits you. So 5 points of piercing as it pierces into you. and it's just in your face. Rain and Lint, you notice that this light source is... Both of you make intimidation checks. Or persuasion checks. If you want to be friendly to this thing, you can do.
Okay, do you want to do we good cop, bad cop this? One does intimidation, one does persuasion?
I don't mind.
Okay, who would be more intimidating, do you think?
I don't know. I have a +1 to both of them. So
I have a +4 to both. Or no, I have a +4 to intimidation, so I'll roll that one.
Okay.
okay, I'll be persuasion then.
Persuasion from Lynn.
Hey,
Intimidation
Didn't
from
matter.
Rain.
I got a 7.
7 plus 4, so
No,
11.
3 plus
Oh!
4, 7 total.
Oh no. Lynn?
5.
Amazing. So when you're like, hey, it went, fuck you, and it goes out, and another skeleton rises up right next to you both.
Damn it.
And it will, both of you roll d20. Oh wait, no, who rolled the lowest?
Me.
Lint, it's going after you, Lint.
Uh,
17 to hit.
yeah, that does it.
5 points of piercing to you. As another
Okay.
skeleton remains, just stands up and pierces back into you. All right. And we had one from there. Bakor, you actually would see one right near you pop up because you have found the area, but this wispy kind of thing comes out and does again. A skeleton pops up and attacks you.
Okay, great.
That's gonna miss. That's 4+ stuff. That's terrible. So it sort of does. It like tries to bite, but it bites into your sword as you shove it off and see what's happening here. Okay, Rain. You see the skeleton attack. Now it's your call. What you want to do here? Please don't choke. The skeleton dust enters the lungs.
Okay, you made me laugh while I was drinking tea.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I inhaled some. It's fine. It's good for you.
Mhm.
So I have a bit of cloth or the wool fur. So Rain's gonna try and get in there. They're gonna pick up the urn so they don't knock it over, wipe out the inside of the area, and then put it back.
Yeah. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. So you spend your action cleaning this area, this desecrated urn, and the moment you finish it, the skeleton, what's next to you and about to attack you from behind, just crumbles down as the light and just enters the urn.
Okay, cool. Can Rain leave like one little coin as like a little offering?
Sure. Bonus action, bribe.
Well, maybe like bribe it to be like, hey, can you tell your friend we're cool? Because there's another one, right?
I'm gonna say roll a persuasion check, but this is gonna be at a disadvantage because it's not that they're connected in that sense. It's that their own personal space got desecrated.
I got an 18.
Is that disadvantage?
But minus what?
No, you're using persuasion. You're a charisma-based character. Was that the lowest roll? 18.
Oh, I gotta roll twice.
Yeah,
don't I?
disadvantage purely because they aren't technically like connected. It's just separate separate areas. I can't think of words now.
Okay, so 18 is my lowest.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think that's good enough. So the light that is bouncing in this urn, like pops its is it incorporeal or corporeal when it's ghosts? I always get it confused.
Incorporeal.
Incorporeal.
Yeah.
Like its face, you don't see eyes or anything. It's just a like a circle of light, just and you feel like it's moving around, and it like goes right past you all. It goes up to the skeleton that you are currently facing, Davey, and you hear it just go and goes up to where Bakor is, and then both of those skeletons crumble, and both lights return to their location. So, Bakor, we're going to take this out of initiative in this moment, but I'm going to give Bakor this moment because they're right next to the desecrated urn. So what do you want to do in this moment, Bakor?
Just clean up the surrounding area that desecrated it all.
Yeah. So you spend your action to clean it, and this weird like energy, what was all about revenge, starts to slowly calm down as the light source settles into the urn, and it stays completely still. Now, Davey, the skeleton has collapsed in front of you. I'm gonna say, let's have a quick race. Now, Davey, would Davey be focused on finding where the other one was? You saw it go. So you'd be interested?
Yeah, if everyone else is like following lights and there's a fun light to follow, they would definitely go follow it.
And then the question is for Lint, would you try and find the other light source, or are you okay staying with Rain?
I'll go with Davey.
Okay, so let's do a little competition. Both of you roll a d20. Whoever rolls higher finds it.
7.
3.
Okay, question though. This is technically going to be perception or investigation, so add perception or investigation.
14.
14.
Wait, is it just a mod to it?
Whatever your investigation modifier is, yeah.
Yeah, but Shizzle beats me. I would have got 9.
Okay. So, Lint, there's like a little bit of a delay because you're looking at what Rain was doing first and go, oh, of course. And you head to where that third light is, and you head to the direction of not a tree, but a boulder of some sort. And it's the exact same thing as the trees, where it's a carved out moment, but it's been like beautifully carved into this rock. And the pot itself, the urn itself, is made out of rock that has been amateurish, an amateur job. Just made this urn, and again, it is covered in everything you can think of. And yeah. So, Davey, you get there first. And I'm assuming... What does Davey do want to do? I'm going to assume. What does Davey do when they see this desecrated urn?
They're going to drop their wild shape, so their form returns to the regular form. And then well, that's not very nice. And they'll take some moss and just rip it off of the rags that they have and start to clean it up.
Amazing. You spend that 6 seconds making sure this grave is properly attained to. The lights and the auras around you finally settle. There's still the crunch of certain bones underneath you still, but you do all notice a certain calm in this moment. Some of you are still hurt, some of you have taken damage, but in this moment you have helped the spirits, at least 3 of Bravian spirits. For everyone make me a religion check real quick.
5.
6. If we get a 7 and 8, that'd be dope.
21.
21. Nice, Lynn. Bakor, what did you roll?
I rolled an 8.
Lynn. With a religion check, in your time studying books and studying undeath, necromancy, there are certain creatures or elements out there that they want their being to leave. When things die, it's believed that their souls will escape to whichever plane they go to. These creatures, at least, are called will-o'-wisps. They can be nefarious. a lot of times they stay because they have reason to stay. They're searching for answers of who decided to do this to my home. And then in your mind, you think to yourself, if their soul is supposed to leave, go onto a different plane of existence, a couple of questions pop up. Did their soul, their being, stay because their grave was desecrated? Were they pulled back in because of this? Or have they made this earn their home because they have nowhere else to go? That's what you get with a really high roll. That's a good roll, so I'm going to give you that. The fog. I just thought, where's Irina in this? I was supposed to put her on a map.
Oh my god.
I thought as well.
Irina, I'm going to say Irina like held back a tiny bit and just watched you all do it. Yeah, I'm going to say that. They are smart. They're not a damsel in distress. They know when they need to like back up a tiny bit. So don't worry. You just see a body on the floor. Shit. But yeah, you gather yourselves, you collect yourselves. You may need to be taking a short rest in this moment. Actually, we'll be taking a long rest because it is night. So you travel a little bit longer. Question, it's going to get to around about 1 a.m. So question for you as a 4. Do you push forward a little bit or do you camp?
In camp,
I
probably.
think camp.
Camp?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So you'll be taking a long rest from this point, you guys. We're going to go on a break real quick. But yeah, we'll take a long rest. And then we will be back in the morning. Moving on to the next, hopefully 2 events before we finish off today's session. Good job, by the way, guys.
I will say,
Yeah, please.
there are all sorts of things in the forest this late at night. Someone should stand watch.
That's smart. By the way, that's a smart thing to do.
I can stand watch.
Okay.
We can take turns.
I'll go first.
Throughout the night, so we close off for the break. Throughout the night, you do see whoever was going to spend their time doing a watch in the very far distance, into the mist, into the shadows, into the darkness of these woods. You see other will-o-wisps just floating around in the very distance. You first think they are fireflies, but they're not. You now are understanding that there's a little bit more to this light source around you, and it all hits you of how many are like this, searching souls. You could spend the next few days going around to each one to hopefully help them out. But you know that's gonna be cutting it short. You have something else right now to deal with. And we'll pick it up in the morning. So let's go on a break. And yeah, let's continue with what's going on. Will we go in for a 5-minute break because I need the toilet. We'll be back after that with the last 2 things what are going to be happening. It is going to be a quick break. Please make sure, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you use the command Pally. So you're paying the artist right here, Turquoise Magpie. Please make sure you're doing that. And obviously paying Carmen for their wonderful art. Every single week I'm like, hey, we're leveled up. Please sort this out. And they're like, okay. So yeah, thanks everyone. And we're back in 5 minutes. Goodbye.
you.
everyone. Everyone can say hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Curse of Strahd. We left off after a battle against some skeletons what were possessed by will-o-wisps. We spent a bit of time kind of establishing a little bit of flavor for this world of Barovia, as the skeletons were consistently coming back while the will-o-wisp were possessing and returning, possessing, returning, possessing, returning. And it was only until they found their desecrated homes that they realized what they had to do. Now, I did give them the option. I was kind of wondering what Rain would do. So I did say you can destroy the urns or fix the shit. I didn't know what you were going to go for. I wanted to give you that choice. But Rain went and cleaned instead. And with that, the will-o-wisps calmed down. They don't speak to you, but you have this sense of gratitude. But then this, and as you're leaving, you're heading sort of a bit further down the road, it was Lint who had this idea of, well, theoretically, it's written down that souls do go to places. So why are these souls still here? Is it because of the revenge of people who desecrated their home? Or is it something else? You spend the night observing the other wisps in the distance, and you all have your long rest. Nothing happens during this night. Even though it is extremely creepy and you are very vigilant, you all slowly do get your rest. Rain and Davy, I do need you to make a wisdom saving throw. It's not going to be a very high DC because it has been a fair bit of time since you partook in the delicious treats.
Well, Davy had a treat in the morning, so.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I got a 17.
17? Okay. I will say, yeah, 17's fine. So you, hang on. Yes, it is fine. You will come out of that urge.
25.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe you thought, because you had like a little bit more, you sort of microdose a bit more. I was like, okay, I'm starting to control it. I'm starting to calm down. Maybe it was a fight. Maybe it was just the paying attention. Maybe it was turned into an ape, right? Was it an ape? Was it an ape what you turned into?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it was the ape that made you go, oh, something to change in you. But yeah, you are no longer addicted to dream pastries. As you wake up, you dust yourselves off. You work your way down the woods again. And the woods themselves, for the rest of the morning at least, very samey, you know? Still eerie, still creeping towards you, still those finger-like branches almost clawing at you all as you walk by, and the mists are sort of following you as well. But then it opens up a little bit, a tiny bit, as you see a fork in the road. This fork in the road has a sign in the middle. Now I need to quickly find this area. Beautiful. And as you approach, you see a couple other things. My dog's about to bark. Please don't bark. Now I'm describing stuff. An old wooden gallows creak in a chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam. The well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite the gallows points off in 3 directions. Barovia Village to the east, Sia Pool to the northwest, and Ravenloft/Valaki to the southwest. The northwest fork slants down and disappears into the trees, while the southwest fork clings to an upward slope. Across from the gallows, a low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses a small plot of graves shrouded in fog. Is there anything else you want to do here, or which way you discuss what you want to do?
I mean, I feel like seer pool would be a good direction to go in.
I did have that strange dream.
If the option is there, then it's worth investigating.
Okay. Do me a favor. Everyone roll me a d20.
16.
16.
7.
7.
17.
17.
Not one.
As you decide to go towards Searpool, Lint, there's this little like noise in the back of your mind as it's like this weird creak. And you just out of curiosity just turn your head. And at the gallows, you see a figure hanging by the neck. You see longish hair, a dog barking in the background, and slight bumps similar to where yours are. You notice it's dressed in the exact same attire as you. You blink and it's gone. Back to a frayed rope.
He just ignores it and carries on with
Of
it.
course you do. As this happens and you walk away, the fog sort of encloses behind you as you work your way towards Seer Pool. Takes a little bit of time, not too long. The weather is still overcast, as it always is. There's a slight mist, but it's not that bad. It's like a little bit of a cooling mist. It does get a little bit colder, but not too bad. You notice, I would say, Bakor and Davey, you notice it because you have pretty high perceptions. You notice as you're working your way down this road, there becomes... some noises enter your ears. The sound of running water pops up as a very calm river just flows by the side of you. And you continue following this path as the river is just sort of... And it's quite nice. It's quite tranquil, actually. It's eerie around you, but the water seems nice and clear itself, which is kind of weird in this environment, what's around you. And after some time, you are greeted with the sound of music, of light, of color, as you see in front of you. You lot will make... Yeah, all of you can make perception checks on this bit at least. Like, you two hear it, right? You recognize it a little bit first, but let's see, because I think you would be eyes on it.
9.
19.
14.
14.
Oh god. I've got a moth walking on my head. Dirty 20.
Nice. Rain and Lint, you are the ones who spot this. That's interesting. You two got it, and then you two get it. The road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. Then, shush. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. Give me a second. Let me sort Finn out.
No problem. Now he wants to leave.
Dog, you're ruining the atmosphere. Stop.
It's the wolves in the woods, further in the woods.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hang on.
My dog just glares at me too much like a human being from a distance.
as the creatures of the night bark in the distance to cars going by. Okay, back into it. There is a clearing here next to a river that widens to form a small lake several 100 feet across. 5 colourful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. And you hear around a crackling fire just the noises of... It sounds like celebration, but they're just celebrating life as it is. And you see people dancing around, and you hear violins playing and accordions being pushed in and out. And it is a sensationally counter, if you would, to the atmosphere what you were just out of. From this creaking wood of darkness and despair, and it opens up into a world of just color and joy. You immediately notice that these are dressed in similar clothing. Not exact, but similar clothing to the Vistani that you met at the very beginning of this journey. And they're just... You know, Kakariko Village in Ocarina of Time and stuff. It's that kind of, and you see kids and children dancing, and there's couples dancing with each other and smiling and drinking and all that kind of stuff. As I'm assuming you approach, I don't know who approaches first.
Davey.
Of course. As Davey approaches, when you entered the bar, Blood on the Vine, there was that weird turn that everyone did to you. This is the same, but the opposite. They look at you, and they have a joyous face on them. You see children waving in the distance, and this big barrel-chested fellow is looking, going, hello,
Hi.
we've been waiting for you. Hello, dear. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm wonderful as always, darling. Please, who are your friends?
Sort of looks over.
Hello. And he waves, because you are definitely going to be behind, further than Davey. Davey ran right into it. Hello. And you see this gentleman who is barrel-chested, kind of a tall-ish man, clean-shaven with slicked back hair, handsome fellow. You see the clothes he's wearing is, I want you to think of a bard, an ostentatious bard. If you were colors everywhere, silks that don't, for no reason apart from it's silk, it's cool. Just dressed in all manner of clothes. And he's going, welcome, my friends. It's really good to see you. We've been told that you'll be visiting. Please, come, sit by the fire, warm yourselves up on this dreary day as always. Please, wine, cheese, what would you like? We can offer you anything here. Welcome to our encampment.
Wine, please.
Wine, absolutely. Anything else for you? And he looks at you, Rain, and goes, I don't think wine is exactly what you want. And he pulls out some rum from here, and he's like, this seems like it's more your kind of thing.
And it's like, thank God, and just takes it.
And turns to Yulin, and for you, my friend.
No, Blint just kind of bows his head slightly and just goes, I'm quite fine, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Make sure you stay hydrated, though. It is very important as well. But come, sit down. My name is, hang on, Araji. It is absolutely amazing to see you all. Please, take a seat. And you see that while there's dancing going off around you all, there's some benches that have been laid out, empty, basically perfect for you guys. I'm assuming you take a seat, but you tell me, what do you want to do while you're drinking?
I say take a seat.
Take a seat.
Great, and you see that he like sits not on the same bench as you, but one on the corner of yours, and he just sits there and goes, "So, how have you been? How was your travels here? Did you make it here? Of course, you made it here safe, which is wonderful. And just tell me all about yourselves. We've been waiting for you to arrive, and I'm so excited to see you."
How exactly did you know we were coming?
Madam Eva, of course. And he like turns to the larger tent in this encampment. She'll be right with you. She has to get some preparations done before that you can have a meeting with her. But she told me to make sure that I made you feel welcome. So she is a gifted lady, and she was the one who informed us of your arrival. It took a bit longer than we anticipated, actually, but you're here now, and that's the most important thing. And you do see like this is like a genuine, joyful, loud person. He is this moment where like when he laughs in conversation, it kind of echoes across the lake because it's just that loud, you know. Basically like my laugh, if I'm honest with you, because I laugh so fucking loud. And it's just like that deep kind of thing. So tell me, what brings you here? How have you been on adventures before? Are you adventurers of your own? I love to hear about adventures, obviously.
We're here because this one, and this is gonna point at Davy, like had a weird dream about this place.
Oh, a dream. Madam Eva has a way to reach out when she needs it. Wonderful. And he just sort of like turns to a female presenting figure as she's sort of just standing there and looks at you all, but they're quiet, still dressed in all these beautiful colors around them, but they're a bit more reserved in their approach. And she approaches you and goes, "Hello, I am Rena. It is lovely to meet you all. Please don't mind him. He can be a bit loud. Madam Eva has told us upon your arrival. She has mentioned to us that you have been reached out by her, individually, I believe. And she is very grateful that you are here. So please enjoy the wine, enjoy the food. But when you're ready to meet her, please make your way to the tent, if that's okay." Wonderful. And he goes, "Araji, please come with me. I would like to dance with you." And she like looks nervous.
Can I do like a perception or an insight?
Yeah.
As to what's happening with her?
Yeah, of course.
Because I can't tell if she's trying to get him away from us for some reason.
Oh,
or...
sure.
13.
She's crushing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. My dear. Would you mind, you four? 5,
Go for
actually. It. Sorry, because Arena's there too. There's always gotta forget. Wonderful. Thank you. And you see that they get up. He puts his hand out to invite her to dance, and they go off into the distance, and we're silhouetted by the campfire as they just sort of dancing around with the festivities of different families as well. This is not just a single family. I believe there's like 3 individual families who are all in their own like individual rights dressed, but they all come together in these moments. So you 4 do have.
It looks like such fun.
It does. There was a lot of dances like this anytime we would dock anywhere and went to a bar.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Could you show me how to do it?
Show you how to do what?
Dance!
Rain is like, this is a great opportunity, but I don't know if I have the courage, but this is a great opportunity. Yes, I think I can teach you how to dance. I was not the best dancer, but I can teach you how to dance, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I do like a performance roll?
That's exactly what you roll, my friend.
He's gonna pull you up. So we
I
just
got
both
a 10.
roll.
You got a 10?
Oh.
You're a 10.
Kind of like my dancing, the average white guy, two-step kind of thing, you know? Keep it all in. Never leave
I
this
think Ray
space.
needs to drink a lot more and is just like too nervous to like properly
Yep.
think about how to dance.
Yep, that's fair. That's fair. So maybe it's because you're showing someone. So there's this like little bit of I need to perform. I'm not in the flow of I want to dance for myself right now. I am dancing for this person. So it's kind of like step by step. You know, you tumble a little tiny bit. However Davey reacts to that is up to you. But you spend a bit of time just relaxing, taking that moment. Because you know in yourselves that going into that tent is the beginning of something. So you're sort of having a little bit of respite right now and enjoying, at least for you two, however long you want to take to just dance with each other. Drink your rum while you're dancing as well if you want to. Yeah.
Maybe tries to mimic Rain's steps, sort of, and then gets bored halfway through and just pulls them into the crowd of dancers and starts just like taking and swinging around wildly.
That's cool. Make me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics? 14.
That's not bad. You see that Davy in this like almost childish energy sort of starts bouncing around in a sense, but with a 14 misses most of the people, the children especially. You know what's interesting, Davy? You don't even look at where the children are. You just move past them, like something else is guiding you in that moment. And you do bump into some adults, though, and they just cheerfully like, oh, and they just like move around a little bit. Rain, I don't know if he's still with Davy. It feels like Davy sort of bounced and then poof, they're off. But whatever you want to do, you can keep up with that. While they are dancing,
I think Rain's going to try and mimic what Davy's doing.
Sure. There's this whole matching and mirroring kind of thing. If it's awkward, if it's nice, you can decide. It's up to you lot. Lint, because anything you two want to do before you four as a group will visit Madam Eva.
Lynch just like watches like Rain and Devi dance, and they just like look up at Cole and realize they haven't really had much discussion since like the bar, because like they'd spent more talk with Rain at the very beginning. So they just kind of awkwardly look at Cole and say, "Do you dance?"
I do actually.
Ooh, we'll see about that.
Would you like to dance with me, Lind?
Ooh.
Yes. I do apologize in advance, though.
Can I stand up and like put a hand out for Lint?
Of course you can, yeah.
Help them get up as well.
Yeah.
He takes
Do
it.
I do a performance check?
Yeah.
I actually have.
You claimed that you were good, so roll at advantage, because why not?
It was the confidence.
Yeah, it's just a sheer confidence, you know?
Well, it could have been higher, but it's a 10, so.
You rolled the exact same as Rain. That's so funny. Yeah, like, it's two steps.
Well,
I can really dance.
I have been drinking some wine, so I'm a little bit, you know.
Okay, you're a bit loose. You're a bit loose. You know, a little bit of woo pops out while you're doing it. Yeah, I get it. So,
Lynn tries to do that as well. Should I do a performance check?
Sure.
Do I
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Watch Lynn be the best dancer.
If
out
they're
of
the
all
best
of us,
dancer,
right?
that'd be so funny. Let's go.
What'd you roll?
19.
Wow, dude.
And in my mind, Lynn has actually never properly danced before. He doesn't go out to dancing. So he's just like, as Cole is like doing a slow tap, he's like trying to kind of like time his steps in between Cole's legs while not standing on his legs to try and like do a two-step.
Amazing. So as that happens, I think Lynn,
I'm the only one sober here, so
I need to ask you as your character, right? Because there's absolutely going to be a point with that role where the Vistani and Rain and Davy, and obviously because right with you, they would notice that you're dancing really well. It might be that you're in this kind of, I don't know if it's a trance or anything like that, but you sort of start to get into the flow of things. So my question for you, Lint, is when you notice that people start watching and people are slowing down while you're going, for your character in that moment, what does Lint do?
He doesn't know. He's rarely had anyone look at him enthusiastically. Most time when people stare at him, it's either in like.
Oh, my fucking heart!
Jesus Christ.
And the DM dies. Great.
Hold on, I'm so sorry.
That's how you win D&D, chat.
Yeah, Lynn just barks.
Lynn just barks.
Lynn is, I don't know, he's never had anyone look at him enthusiastically. So he just kind of slightly panics and just thinks, okay, if I just keep doing this good thing and don't stop, then it will keep the good stuff going. So he kind of like tries to black himself out and just closes his eyes as he's dancing. So he's just dancing closed-eyed, like just thinking, if I just stay in the same place, I'll be fine, I'll be fine.
Amazing. So we... Oh, look at him. We find ourselves after a bit of time where the music is slowly becoming a bit more of a somber tone. Not in a negative way, but more like the chill, slow dance kind of moment in this. And Rena will look at all of you and go, Madam Eva, we'll see you now if you would like to accompany me. So as you go up to Madam Eva's tent, give me 2 seconds because I need to make sure I'm doing things correct. Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of this tent, revealing a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table. A hunched figure peers into its depths. As the lady speaks, her voice crackles like dry weeds, and then coughs. At last you've arrived. Please, be seated. As you see the chairs in front of her just move ever so slightly back. She is very polite after all. You see this lady is in her 70s. Mid-70s, maybe 80s. Pushing 90 maybe. You see this calmness over her face, where she looks at all of you and goes, well, you certainly took your time, didn't you? I mean, I was waiting for a long time. Folks lot out there have been pissed out of their heads for a long time, and now you're here. So, welcome, Rain, Bacor, Davy, Lint. Let's get started, shall we?
Okay.
What are we doing?
Well, my dear Rain, it seems that you have finally come from the call of my cards. And you feel this like hum. Wherever you locate, you put your cards. I'm here to tell you about what this place can offer you. And hopefully you can do all of us a favor and solve this curse of this land. Now, I have the fortunate power of dogs. Right?
This is the spirits of the wolves that we killed in the last game.
Yeah.
Getting our dogs to bark.
This is Lancelot finally poking out a range shot, just like, what about me?
Oh yeah, Lancelot's been there
Yeah.
for a long time. 100%.
The well-behaved dog.
So, what I'm going to do for all of you is I'm going to pull out a deck of cards. I have been doing this for quite a long time, and unfortunately, everyone has failed so far. So, here's what we're going to do. And you see, she pulls out this deck of cards. And she starts shuffling in her hands. And then she stops and looks at all four of you and goes, well, you have your own cards, don't you? I just thought. Well, let's do something. And she will stop shuffling, put the deck to the side. I think, before we get into the nitty-gritty things, let me tell you what your cards mean. Now for this, I'd like to do it individually. Is that okay? Wonderful. And let me have a look. I have this written down. Where is it? She turns to Ubicor and goes, my favorite friend, can we start with you? Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Wonderful. You three, please get out. Let us have our privacy. And you notice she like taps the ball, the crystal ball in the middle of the table. And there's this moment where it goes, and it's not visual. It's just this area of silence goes, and it encompasses the tent itself. Oh, by the way, you can hear me here. You just can't hear in. So, please, would you?
So I present my card to her.
So
Priest.
She will wait until Rain, Davy, and Lint leave the tent. So you three are welcome to go join the camp and festivities and drink as much as you want while this story happens, but be ready because your name will be called. You have a little like number on the little piece of paper. Okay, dear. She definitely drinks a bit of coffee in front of you because, I'm in the role-play mode. Could you present your card for me, please?
Of course. I pull out the card, the priest, and give it to her.
You see the priest, and the image of the priest on here is like a kind of a portly gentleman, holding a kind of religious symbol in a hand. And she looks at you, and she's a little bit of like, I don't know what it is for a word, but it's like she looks at your eyes. And as you present the card, she flicks her fingers and holds it on, like, so it stands here. Okay. She's a bit of a show person, I've done this for a long time, dear. I've got to make sure it's has a little bit of flavor.
No, I like it. Keep going.
Now, I know you have been here not too long. And for you, you need answers. And you see that her hand sort of just holds the card and sort of strokes around it. And the image, the card itself starts to spin very slowly. And as it spins, you notice that the gentleman that's on this card starts to shift in his image. Straight away, the image of this gentleman becomes a bit taller, a bit slender, a bit more feminine. You notice that sprouting from behind slowly are raven feathers. And his face, that slowly, and before it becomes an actual face, or at least a different face, a porcelain mask goes across. To know of his fate, you must enter the very heart of these lands. You'll find what you seek in the castle. amid the ruins of a place of supplication. Now, my dear, what you truly seek here is answers, and you will get them. I cannot tell you what they are. I just hope for your sake the answers that you want. For you to go into the heart of this land is treacherous indeed. But it seems, and she points to the card with your patron. Clearly, your patron is something that you've seen in your dreams. It seems you got a little bit of backup here. The castle is where you need to go. Maybe not yet. Maybe you're not ready for it yet. I wouldn't recommend it yet. But this is where you need to go. Is that okay, dear?
Because a little taken back,
Mhm.
especially by the words of maybe not now, because he's very angsty about it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's holding his holy scriptures really close to his chest, and the wine bottle really hard in the other one. And he listens to what he says, but he's not very enthusiastic. So I just get up and start leaving.
You get up and you leave, and as you leave, Madam Eva just says to you, just don't take the same path as most people. They think they can handle it. Be smart, and you'll get your answers. Be clumsy, and you'll never find out. As you... And
he hears her, but he doesn't turn around.
Absolutely.
As he's saying it.
Yeah. And there's this moment where you exit, and it's that, like we mentioned in Death House, when you enter like the lower crypt area, where you walk out, and it's that stepping off an airplane where it's and Rain, as Bakor steps out, you hear a little voice in the back of your head going, "Okay, dear, it's time for you."
Get out.
Sorry, force of habit.
Rain's gonna sort of just like sulk and sort of drunkenly walk into the tent because they've had so much rum at this point.
So yeah, you stumble, and again, it's this audio of dun, 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 and then you are back into this room with the single lady. And because you went in as a group, maybe always you were distracted by the surroundings, but now you feel her presence. It's not good. It's not bad. It's purely neutral. But it's a weight. There's power here. Something that you've just had a little taste of. Maybe it's something that you want as well. She sits you down. Dear, could you present your card, please?
The Avenger card, right?
Avenger, yes. The Avenger card is basically a lady in sporting a very large sword, if I remember rightly. And she looks at it and goes, "Oh, this is interesting. Huh. Well, this would certainly get your attention, wouldn't it, dear?
What?
Well, Avenge. It's so on the nose. Hang on." And you see that she looks at it and looks at you. And she like drops her hands, but the card stays.
Rain's just like waving under and over it and being like, whoa.
The moment you do this, there's a dot in the middle of this card where the woman's in the female on the card where the sword is, there's a dot, a white dot. What starts getting brighter there's a little blue tinge to it. And as it gets brighter, and it's almost like you have to turn your head a tiny bit, there's this moment where the dot starts to turn into red, into fire. The card itself starts to form into crackling wood panels. The same color, the same grains as a certain ship. And as it cracks, the card itself changes into a card called the Hooded One. To find the answers you seek, you must take a journey most dangerous. I see a faceless god. It awaits you at the end of a long and winding road, deep in the mountains, past the amber gates. That seems more right for you.
And why'd you send me the wrong card?
I don't choose it. Whatever reaches out to you is what reaches out to you.
The faceless god?
I guess so, dear.
I think at this point, Rain is gonna, like, lean in a bit. And this entire time, while Davy's stare is, like, blank and continuous, Rain's face stays blank from, like, the nose up. The eyes never really falter, but they do make expressions. They blink. But in this moment, there's the first crack of a line, a furrow in the brow.
Yeah.
And they lean in close and go, why can't this god just tell me their name? I have been gallivanting around with these other adventurers, bullshitting my way through these stupidest tasks and almost getting myself. I came here for a reason. I have one goal. And if this god can't help me get there, like he made me think he could, then I'm not in this anymore. I'm out.
And she looks at you and goes, my dear, there are things that we do in this world that we have to make deals sometimes. Not with beings of the unknown, but sometimes with ourselves. That sacrifices and choices need to be made. My dear, I am only an avatar for the people who come here looking for answers. You are always free to give up on this if you want to, but he is the one, dear, who, well, who could give you those, if that's truly what you seek.
Can I do a persuasion to demand the name of the god?
Yes, so try.
$15?
She looks at you and goes, my dear, if I knew the god's name, I probably wouldn't dare speak it either.
Brain's gonna, like, kind of fall back into their seat again from leaning back and be like, yeah, I guess I can't blame you.
I wish you luck.
Gonna need it.
Don't we all? As you exit with the rum in your hand. Another bottle of rum, I believe, because there's a bit of time. And Rain, you chug as you as you're going out. Lint, you hear a in your head.
Lint just watches as Carl and Rain come out, both very disgruntled, if not upset, and they just go, oh shit. As they walk in. And then sit down.
Lint, she says to you, Lint, my dear, could you present your card?
He takes his book out, and then he flips through the page that has it as a bookmark, and then he takes it out and holds it the wizard.
You see her look at your book, not in a want to read. She sees something else. Describe the card for me, please. Lynn, what's the name and all that?
Hang on a second.
It's what you are.
I know. It's the wizard. Yeah, it's just the wizard of like a heavy cloaked man with a beard, holding a staff and an orb in one hand. I think it is.
Cool. Madam Eva sees this card and holds it to her head for a second and pulls it away. You have a thirst for knowledge and a yearn to prove your prowess in the arcane. A fire burns in your belly and a star glows in your eye. Find the mage's staff in the resting place beneath the devil's keep. His name is the power you seek. The card, as she holds it. Now, you wouldn't have seen this, right? This is from the audience point of view. She's been doing flourishes, right? She's been making the card float, spinning it on her finger and all that kind of thing. There's this moment where the card pulls out of her hand, out of her control. The card itself with the wizard depiction faces you as it begins to split and form into a separate card. You have the wizard here, and then on this one says the illusionist. And you see Madame Eva, because of this moment of, hang on, that weren't me. She goes, oh, that's very interesting. And looks at you, then. The illusionist. Well, it seems there's more in this lands for you than even I first thought. And you see her close her eyes for a second. Look for an entertaining man with a monkey. This man is more than he seems. She just looks at you for a second and looks at the cards. Interesting. And the cards float towards you and land on the table right in front of you.
Okay. What do the cards in front of me look like?
So the wizard is the exact same card. The illusionist, I need to make sure I got this, is a depiction of a, like, skin quite tight to the face, male-looking person, but they're hiding behind a card on their own. And on the card they're, like, hiding behind is another image of another person, basically. I'll send you the picture properly for you. I do have it with me, but I haven't sent it yet.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Lynch just kind of, awkwardly looks around and then nods his head and just thinks, okay, that could have been a lot worse than I thought it was going to be.
Your friends didn't look that happy, if I'm honest.
I guess they have secrets of their own, and I guess they still need to fight their own demons.
More than likely, dear. It's why I keep this little silent spell going off. It's a little bit different to the regular one, but I find it useful because some people like to be sneaking, try and listen in, and I don't like that. People should have their own fortunes.
I understand, yes.
Good luck, my dear.
Okay,
Please
thank you.
take care. Quite a dancer, aren't you?
Yes, that surprised even me. And then he turns and just walks out.
Okay, cool.
And then just kind of glances at Rain and Car with just a look of, is there something wrong with me? Is there something wrong with what? And then he just sits back down curiously and then opens his book and makes a note of what she said.
Amazing. Davey, you hear the voice. but the voices are of the regular voices here. And there's like a voice from Madam Eva, but it's almost fighting to talk over the other voices. And she's like, "Oh well, this is very crowded. You're next, Davy."
She's gonna go skip towards the tent.
So you skip bounding, and again, into silence.
Hello.
Hello, dear. Please take a seat. And I would love to see your card if that's okay.
Oh, just rifles through her things, pulls out a very crumpled card that has like little doodles on it.
You see like a little wince in the face. Like,
flattens it out.
Oh, wonderful. What's the card, Davy?
The Conjurer.
The Conjurer.
It has a pretty lady on it.
Indeed.
Are you going to give me a gift? Usually when I see nice grandmothers like you, they give me a gift. Like pastries or...
No, dear. I don't want to do that for you. You are a gift. In the end. Now, let's see what the card holds for you. And one more time, she holds your card and lifts it up to her eyes. And she places it on her forehead and closes. Eyes open, looks at you, Davy, and just gives you a wink. Pulls it away. And you see her freeze. You see the card become jet black. And almost this, you don't know if it's liquid, if it's feathers, if it's bone, you don't know. It's just black. The card itself bursts in front of her and encompasses her entire body into darkness, like she's covered in tar. And there's this moment of and then quiet. You blink, Davy, in this moment, and you notice that the surrounding area, Madam Eva's tent, is gone. The only things you see is this tar-like thing in front of you with a slightly lighter shade of black surrounding. You don't know how far this goes. It's infinite in your vision. No stars, nothing.
Is this part of the reading?
The form starts to move. And then what you assume is a head appears. But on this head, literally asleep barking, that's good. On this head appear 3 masks. On the left, and the reason why you can see this clearly is because while this thing is moving around, its head is spinning in 360 degrees. One mask is a twisted animal skull with antlers reaching almost into the infinite above. And on these antlers you see like piece of cloth. You don't know if it's red, black, purple, just hanging down. The skull is that of a twisted antelope or deer. The second mask has 6 holes in them. But this mask has, it looks like ink falling down each of these holes. Across the surface of this mask looks like threads of silk like intricately woven, almost like a spider. But you notice, and you don't know why you notice this specifically, but you see the threads are making shapes of certain runes. You can't quite figure out what they are in this moment, but they sort of just weave around this mask. And the third one is a mask, if you would, made out of bandages. These bandages are covering around, but where the eyes are, it crosses, and the eyes are, or where the eyes would be, are completely sunken in, and it's almost like you can see through the bandages because inside is just pitch black darkness. And it looks at you, and you hear two voices. The other voice, which you assume is belonging to the one with the skull, doesn't make, it is not a voice. It's the sound of nature. It's the sound of creaking wood, frogs, just birds. And then the other two voices are going, "Child of the swamp, we've been waiting a very long time for you." I'll pick that up next week.
Come on.
Wow.
Homebrew.
Are you kidding?
This is my homebrew bit.
You
Yeah.
had me hooked.
Yeah. I made this up today.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll come on to it. It all links up, which is good, which is fun. I will try and find a picture what might work with that image, but I put it all together, so we'll see. But yeah, GG, y'all. Next session.
Okay.
The next session, we'll pick up where we left off here. I know, obviously, Sophie, you're not going to be here next week, but we'll continue because we've got to set up the next bit. But the next part is going to be the fortunes of Ravenloft, if you would, or Barovia of the campaign. The thing that is literally your stepping stone into exploring the rest of this world. All your own personal ones are something I put together so that you have a reason to explore these worlds instead of thinking logically and going, fuck this shit, and I'm out. So, but yeah, well done, everyone. Very good. Very good. You enjoy it? All enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, no, it's incredible.
Yeah. So, we're going to finish off here, everyone. So, the next session will be next Sunday, similar time. Hopefully on time, we'll see. But we'll pick it up with the rest of Davy's something. Right now, I'm just going to say something because you don't know what this is. Maybe you will. No, you won't. Nah, not yet. Not yet. But yeah, next week we'll do that. We'll give you all the fortunes of the actual campaign, and then it's off to Vallaki, I believe. Unless you want to go to Ravenloft, which you're more than welcome to. Just, you see how it goes. But yeah, that's it, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it today. It's been good to play. Joe, it's good to have you back, by the way, dude. I'm glad things didn't crash because I was like, oh god, everything's going wrong before
issues,
it.
but it's all good.
But no, that was wonderful. Is there anything else I need to say? No. I would say this. Thank you everyone in chat for being here. I saw all of you joining in today. It was really, really great to see. I saw some of you using the command Pally. So if you were just using it so people were aware of it, that's great. If you did tip or donate to that link, that's amazing. Again, it all goes towards our wonderful artists. And yeah, we'll be back next week. So that's it, everyone. Make sure you catch everyone. Turquoise Magpie, Gossamer Arts, Gossamer Arts, Hydro Official on Twitter, right? And Rosewater Fish for Naomi. But apart from that, everyone, thank you so much. And we'll see you back in the mist next Sunday. So from me and everyone else, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.